spots with lots of clouds this afternoon and tonight. Our high today 83, low tonight 72. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It is 71 degrees and cloudy in downtown St. Louis. The weather sponsored by the Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Good morning, all y'all. It is the Chris and Amy Show, coming to you live from a old sitcom that was poorly written, and there might have been a robot in it.
To be completely honest, I wish that the stream would have the sitcom open, so it's like me walking up the stairs, I turn my head and laugh at the camera, and then you do something like that where you laugh at the camera. I think we should do that. We should have a produced open for the stream.
Well, I hope you have a fun time filming it. 314-436-7900. Get in the show with us. Also, you can watch the show on Facebook or YouTube, the KMOX news pages. Find us there. Or on Twitter, we are at Chris Amy KMOX. You should be following us at Chris Amy KMOX. Also on Instagram, same handle, easy to find. If you want to leave us a voice message from the Odyssey app, you can do that as well.
Time now for the top of the order. The top three stories everyone will be talking about.
Well, it was Missouri primary week this week. They are over, of course, because we're already to Thursday. And we're going to talk to two of the winners, Congressman Wesley Bell from District 1 and St. Charles County Executive Steve Ellman. Both won their primaries, and they'll join us today.
Well, Webster Groves officials, a few of them anyway, were having a good time on taxpayers' money. They charged the city for strip clubs, pot stores, and an Airbnb, according to a new audit.
I think the Airbnb is the worst one. That's the worst thing to spend your money on, for being honest. Cardinals take the series against the Yankees on the road, off day today, and then they will be back at it tomorrow night at Busch Stadium. That's right. We are looking forward to having Congressman Wesley Bell. We're probably going to get started a little before 9:30, I think, or maybe right around 9:30 with him. So just stay here. We're going to have Congressman Bell on in about 25 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that. And then we are going to talk to Steve Ellman, currently the county executive in St. Charles, and he won his primary, which means he is very much going to be he's going to continue on as the St. Charles County Executive. He will be with us at 11 o'clock today. So the primaries are done, and we are moving forward. And one thing we thought was interesting, we did have one guest last week who talked to us about Prop U.
Mm-hmm. And that was the use tax. Yep.
That was the use tax on online sales because local businesses have a tax on them that they have to impart to you. And if you buy something online, you don't have to pay that tax. So therefore, buying online a lot of times is cheaper, which puts the local brick and mortar places at a disadvantage. And that prop, which would have implemented a tax on online sales, failed in a pretty big way. And, we were talking about this. Other than that guest we had last week, you didn't hear anything about it. You heard a lot about Prop 4 or Amendment 4, Amendment 5, of course, the primaries.
And Ronj, of course, was all up about the Jackson County Amendment 2.
The assessor?
Yeah.
The assessor with the thing there. I thought that was the most important on the ballot.
Yeah. No, but you heard about 4 and 5, as you mentioned, and of course, the primary, the candidates. But you didn't hear about Prop U much. And it's funny because this morning, listening to Total Information AM, and you hear the perpetually woebegone voice of outgoing St. Louis County Executive Sam Page. Well, Prop U didn't pass, and I think it should be back on the ballot in November. Well, maybe you should have tried pumping it up a little bit if it was so important, because I asked John Hancock and Michael Kelly about it yesterday. As you said, Prop U flew under the radar. But however, Prop U would have imposed a regular sales tax on online purchases. And we knew, like you said, that, well, online purchases not having that sales tax really hurts brick and mortars, mom and pop shops that do have sales taxes. But also, it's a pretty low hit to the people in St. Louis County to pay this online sales tax, but it would have raised, I've heard 70 million, I've heard over 100 million for St. Louis County. That seems like a lot of money, and it is. Let me go back. $70 to $100 million a year for St. Louis County.
For an entity that is
in a massive
yeah.
budget deficit. If I were Sam Page or anyone in St. Louis County government, I would have said, listen, we are facing a budget deficit right now that might mean cuts to public safety, cuts to policing, cuts to programs that help and benefit residents in St. Louis County, maybe streets, maybe roads, wherever it is. We're looking at budget cuts unless we could really be helped out by Prop U, which would add that online sales tax, which again would not be a huge hit for the taxpayer, but would be a massive boon to a county that's in a tens of millions of dollar budget deficit. And like we mentioned, Sam Page said he thinks it's going to be on the ballot again in November. And if it fails, it should be on the ballots again in the spring. But I don't think he can go on. He sounded like a disappointed dad, who's looking at the kids. I'm so disappointed in you. You didn't know better. Well, maybe they spent money on Prop U, but I certainly didn't see a lot of signage or hear commercials about Prop U.
No, everything was about 4 and 5.
Right.
And that's not necessarily the county spending money on those things. What I'm saying is it would have been nice to know a little bit more about it, or for there to have been a larger PR push to get the word out there on it, because it would have ended up being a 3.5% tax for those in the county whenever you buy something online from an out-of-state retailer. So it would have been out of state, which, if you're shopping on Amazon or something like that, I think that's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and it protects the business owners that are in Missouri. And I would have thought that we would have done that, but here's the problem, and this is where it is on us. Mm-hmm. For the most part, when we hear tax of any kind, people don't want to vote for it. They just don't. Even if it's, hey, this is only a use tax. You're only paying the tax if you buy the service. Or it's a hotel tax, only if you go to a hotel. It's not being taken out of your paycheck. It doesn't matter. The people don't want to pay a tax.
Sometimes, but I would give the people more credit because there are certain taxes that people do find an easier sell. One of them being Amendment 1 was the continuation of a tax to help parks and conservation. I think this is an easy argument to make.
And I think that's a 0.01% tax?
Mm-hmm. It's small.
Yeah.
But it is
small.
still a tax, and it did pass. And I know there have been taxes when it comes to the fire department or the police department that people are more willing to pay those taxes. And I think that this could have been an easy and convincing argument for a lot of people for the use tax, not just, well, it helps mom and pop shops, which is very important, but also if we don't have this money from Prop U, from a use tax, then our RAM settlement money is going to run out, and St. Louis County will be looking at an even bigger budget deficit, which will require us to cut public safety or funding for policing or funding for roads. And I think if you make an argument like that, people would have been way more open to the use tax. I firmly believe that.
TW's watching us on YouTube and says now that online commerce has become established, it probably should be taxed, but consumers just see it as more inflation. And that's probably true. They probably saw that and go, well, I'm already getting taxed enough as it is, so I don't want another 3.5% on whatever else I'm buying, because everything is expensive in the moment. So I mean, I think that's a perfectly fair argument.
Here's what Sam Page said yesterday, quote, "We will no longer be able to operate county government normally without an additional source of revenue or significant, painful budget cuts." Continued, "We did not spend any resources at all explaining to the voters what's happening here. It's very difficult to ask voters for more money without a clear explanation of what it's for when we have an affordability crisis in our country." And that's the key. You can't just ask for a tax without explaining what it's for. But to me, the phrase significant, painful budget cuts or cutting funding from policing would get the ear of the public.
Yeah,
I have no doubt.
This was not the most important thing on the ballot, but it was something. I mean, it was something that we should have paid more attention to. And I'm saying collectively.
But for the
as a
county,
region,
it was
for
a
the
big
county,
one. For the county, St. Louis County is big. It was one of the most important ones, in the same way that in St. Charles County, the county executive race was one of the most important races.
Have you ever wanted to go to a strip club?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Well, if you do, I know what you can do to save some money.
Okay.
You could charge it to Webster Groves.
The guy or the city?
I love this. There's a guy named Webster Groves.
I
I went to high school with Webster Groves.
Groves sounds like he'd be friends with Dansby Swanson. Sorry, I'm really struggling with Dansby Swanson's name. Still,
The baseball player?
The baseball player.
Big fan of this story, and we'll tell you about it when we come back. Go ahead and give us a call. Text us, whatever you want, 314-436-7900. Chris and Amy, 104.1 FM KMOX.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
How We Made Your Mother is a rewatch podcast that looks back episode by episode at the hit TV show How I Met Your Mother. It's hosted by me, Josh Radnor, along with series co-creator Craig Thomas.
In seasons 1 and 2, we were joined by Neil Patrick Harris, Kobe Smulders, Bryan Cranston, Ashley Williams, Wayne Brady, Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, Joe Manganiello, and my brilliant co-creator Carter Bays, and now we are diving into season 3.
So whether it's your 50th rewatch or your first time through, follow How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett with Timberline Tree Care. I'm really excited to announce another reason why we should be taking care of your trees. Timberline is now the only tree care provider anywhere to offer full-spectrum tree maintenance programs that are fully guaranteed. Here's how it works. You call Timberline and an ISA-certified arborist will meet you at your home. We will develop a plan that includes soil testing and amendment, fertilization, any necessary pesticide applications, and annual inspections by an ISA-certified arborist. But here's the best part. Maintenance pruning of your tree is included in this plan. And in the unlikely event that your tree dies while under our care, we will remove it for free. All you have to do is call us and sign up for the plan. We will take care of literally everything from there. There's no obligation, and you can cancel at any time. For tree care that is guaranteed, call Timberline Professional Tree Care at 636-479-7475 or find out more at stltreecare.com.
Muni in Forest Park. Shakespeare meets showbiz in the Muni debut of Something Rotten, a hilarious mashup that closes out the summer on stage August 17th through 23rd. Your seats are waiting at muni.org.
You've pictured it, the garage door that finally makes your home look the way you want it to. And now get $500 back on a qualifying garage door with the Overhead Door Home Refresh Rebate. Qualifying purchase must be made by September 13th. Let Overhead Door Company of St. Louis upgrade your curb appeal and get you up to $500 back. Schedule a free estimate at overheaddoorstlouis.com. Select models. Rebate paid as a Visa prepaid gift card. Restrictions apply. See website for full terms.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
You know, you might have seen this show advertised, The Secret Lives of Suburban Wives. It's another skeevy show that's being filmed in St. Louis, like DTF St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I guess it's about these suburban wives that have OnlyFans. They should do The Secret Lives of Webster Groves officials.
I can't wait to be a Webster Groves official because I am planning to move there. If this is going to be part of my deal, Amy, tell me what I get.
Okay, well, as a Webster Groves official, you can charge thousands of dollars in personal expenses to the city of Webster Groves for such entertainments as trips to strip clubs, ride-share trips, purchases at pot stores, and Airbnb rentals, all on the taxpayer dime.
That's, wow.
So 2 former officials, this is real.
Also, do I get a salary on top of it?
Oh, I think so, and probably severance, I would think.
Hell yes, I'm in.
So State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick, he's doing a hell of a job auditing.
You know, he's a little too nosy.
This guy's doing a great job.
Yeah,
No,
I am sick and tired of Missouri Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick. All he's
love
doing
him.
is blowing up my spot.
He's blowing up all your secrets.
Yeah.
Because there was an auditor, might have been 1 or 2 before him. It was not when I was with Charlie Brennan. It was a woman who was the auditor. And I think in the many years that she was auditor, she had like 2 random audits and that's it. I don't know what she was doing, but she wasn't auditing. At any rate, Scott Fitzpatrick doing a heck of a job. So according to the state auditor, 2 former officials in Webster Groves charged thousands of dollars in personal expenses to strip clubs, like I said, ride-share trips, an Airbnb rental, and a purchase from a marijuana dispensary, charging it all to Webster Groves. As Auditor Fitzpatrick said, quote, "Our investigation uncovered brazen abuse by former city employees who identified the city's significant weaknesses in oversight and exploited those weaknesses for their own personal gain. The idea that someone entrusted with overseeing taxpayer dollars would abuse that trust to use city funds to pay for trips to strip clubs and to a cannabis shop is so outrageous it's almost hard to believe. But the truth is the city's lax oversight made it all too easy for this blatant abuse to occur."
So here's what I need to know.
Yes.
If and when I move to Webster Groves and I run for the city government in some capacity, is it now going to be more difficult for me to go to PTs or whatever it's called now?
Where the most beautiful girls in the world are?
Yeah. Is it still? What is it now?
Where are the most beautiful girls?
So it used to
Yeah.
be PTs, and I am so sorry that I don't know the answer to this.
Wow, this is really disappointing.
In the early aughts, I knew
Raj,
it.
you're better
I've been
than
to
this.
PTs and Diamond Cabaret.
You're better than this, Ron.
In Sauget?
In Sauget.
It's still Diamond Cabaret.
Is it still Diamond
It
Cab?
used to be Oz as well.
Oz is
How do
not.
you
That's
know
not
all
what the.
this?
Oz was not a.
Next door is Country Rock Cabaret. I really don't know, so don't ask
Pops
me.
is out there too.
Oh yeah, and Larry
Wait.
Flint's Hustler Club. I forget
Hustler
them.
Club. Yeah.
How many strip clubs do we have? I thought there were
well, then
2.
I think there's 2 immediately across the river. If you
Yeah.
go on 64 East, there's another one. I forgot what that's called. On the way to like Fairview Heights.
Is that Larry Flint?
That might be
I
Larry
think
Flint's,
Larry
actually.
Flint has the most beautiful girls in the world.
Yeah.
Well,
One of
whatever.
them does.
Here's my question.
Maybe all of them do.
This is this is the question I need answered.
None of them do.
When I moved to
rude.
Webster Groves,
Just trying to go to college.
when I inevitably move to Webster Groves
Yeah.
and I win my seat on the city council or whatever it is I'm going to do,
Yeah.
does this mean it is now more difficult for me to go to Sauget and build the city for it?
Yes, it does. It does.
This is why I don't like Scott Fitzpatrick.
Well, listen.
Somebody needs to go after. Somebody needs to audit this guy.
Because he's so good at his job.
Yes.
Well, and also, if you do get a job as an official or a city manager, like Marie Peoples, she left in February with a $225,000 severance payment after 4 years on the job.
Did she go to the strip club too?
I don't believe so. No, but that's pretty interesting. And also, this is according to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, the municipal court in Webster Groves is facing a potential shutdown by the state over allegations it has failed to fix multiple violations of Missouri law and judicial standards. What in the world is going on at Webster Groves? Who hired this crew?
What do you?
Who's watching these people?
Well, isn't it the voters?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Webster Groves. I just think that this, it would be the cliched Midwest suburbia has a smutty background.
I'll tell you what the
What's
issue
going
is.
on around here?
Webster Groves is nice, but it ain't fun. And these people are trying to find some fun.
I think Webster Groves would not like you.
Why?
He's the right political party.
I think it's the hat and glasses, maybe.
What?
Your liberal
There are
glasses.
no hat. Remember, we had the guy's like, oh, I like you, even though you got liberal glasses.
I'll tell you
Like,
what, liberal glasses are big in Webster Groves.
Are they?
Because there's lady liberal glasses, which look different than men liberal glasses.
Is it because they go to doctors when something's not right and they correct the problem?
They go to the doctor on the
Like
east
I
side.
can't see, so therefore I get glasses. Is that why they're liberal?
Well, what
they're
if you
smart enough to
if
get
you
glasses?
go to a strip club and you can't see? What's the point?
That's why I have the glasses. But they're going to take the glasses off of you because, they get in the way. It is time to talk to... Amy's just now finding out about strip clubs.
Ugh.
When we come back, we're going to talk
Gather
to
yourself.
Congressman Wesley Bell, who just won his primary against Cori Bush this week. So looks likely he will remain in that seat, and he joins us next on KMOX.
You might think KMOX is just a radio station, but it's really a conversation about the city we love, the teams we cheer for, the things we celebrate, the things we debate, the issues we care about, the stories happening right outside your door, the things that matter. We're talking about you. 104.1 FM, KMOX. Join the conversation. Everyone's welcome.
Give the gift of a magical experience at St. Louis Union Station when you take a real train ride journey to the North Pole aboard the Polar Express. Meet Santa and experience the magic of the Polar Express story with hot chocolate, treats, music, and sing-alongs. For those that truly believe in the spirit of Christmas, head down to St. Louis Union Station this year. Book your golden ticket before they sell out at stlpolarexpressride.com.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. BioBalanceHealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
70 degrees out there, cloudy, but not raining right now outside Studio B. Not as warm today. Some rain this morning, followed by a thunderstorm in spots this afternoon, a high of 81. Tonight, cloudy, maybe a thunderstorm or two, a low of 69. Weather sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is your premier provider of fences, decks, patios, sunrooms, and more. Call them for a free estimate today, now offering 20% off your next outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, chesterfieldfence.com.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Laterman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Laterman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Laterman Law Firm at latermanlaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
What if your bathroom felt less like a routine and more like a daily escape? Glover here for my friends at Michael's Baths. They can transform ordinary bathrooms into beautiful, comfortable spaces for homeowners across St. Louis and all the surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls, perfect for those who love the look of stone without the upkeep. It's sleek, durable, and designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call us at 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
This is the Gas House Gang from KMOX.
Bernie Nicholas and the Gas House Gang, today at noon on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
It is the Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX. Time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line today because it was primary week in the state of Missouri, and one of the winners was Wesley Bell, congressman of the District of 1 here in the state of Missouri. He has been in that position for a while and had a challenger in the former Representative Cori Bush. Bell won that race on Tuesday, and now he joins us today on KMOX. Good morning, Congressman Bell. How are you?
I'm great. Little bit tired, but no rest for the weary, huh?
That's right. I know it's a big push coming into these primaries. Now, as you faced, that first primary as an incumbent, was it a different approach? Did it pose different challenges compared to coming into the race as the new guy?
You know what? I've been doing this now. I've been involved in several campaigns, and so I try to keep it. Straightforward and keep it simple. Focus on the issues that matter to the voters in our region and the constituents, the people, the working families in our region. And I just kept it real. We just stayed focused on the folks in St. Louis. So we didn't. The only thing that I would say that we added as part of our strategy is the fact that now, as the sitting congressman, now I can talk about the things that we have done, and I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish, the resources that we've been able to bring back to the district, the legislation that I passed out of the House and is on its way to becoming law. And so for us, I think that just made our case that much stronger.
What is your assessment of what you have accomplished under your time versus what your predecessor did?
I think that voters in the St. Louis region know that I have a track record of getting things done as the city councilman, bringing body cameras to every single officer, but also creating the community policing model in Ferguson, and as well as helping reform the courts in St. Louis County when if we all remember the debtors' prisons as county prosecutor, expanding treatment programs for low-level nonviolent offenders struggling with addiction and mental health, and showing success with those programs, and then taking that same progress into Congress. And so folks here know that I'm going to wake up every single day thinking about the St. Louis region. And if y'all have asked me that before, and that's been my answer. You asked me that today, it's been my answer. And when you ask me 2 months from now or 2 years from now, the priority is going to be the folks right here at home.
You know, the big headlines across the country have focused on victories for the Democratic Socialists of America within the Democratic Party, whether winning elections over the past year or winning primaries over the past couple of days. You, of course, defeated Cori Bush, who is closely aligned with the Democratic Socialists of America. My question is, do you see the rise of the DSA and the platform that they stand on, like abolishing the Senate or defending the Pentagon? Do you see that as a threat to the Democratic Party?
I do not. Those principles do not align with my values, and they don't align with the core values of Democrats. Now, that said, I think that whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or whatever party you claim, I do think we need to try to, as best we can, to focus on the issues that we do agree on, particularly when it relates to the issues that matter to regular working St. Louisans. Obviously, I'm a big supporter of law enforcement, and so I'm opposed to defunding the police. I think that's insane, and I think people from my community also feel that way. Focusing on overhauling the Pentagon and things of that nature. That is not in alignment with the values of the overwhelming number of Democrats. Period.
Congressman Wesley Bell is with us on KMOX, and certainly there's anger on both sides of the aisle that they feel their needs are not being addressed. And for the Democratic Party, there are, the brand is not particularly popular right now, and not within its own party is it popular. People who identify as Democrats are not happy with the party. How do you gain their support back and let them know that you are in it for them? Or how does the rest of the party, the legislators, how do they do that?
What I would say is that I don't think that some of the disenchantment, if you will, is limited to Democrats. I think we're seeing that with Republicans. We're seeing it with government in general. If you look at the last 18 months, Democrats have been running at a plus 0.18%, plus 18 points higher across the country, and focusing on issues that matter to regular working class families. Cost of living, which is skyrocketing, the healthcare costs, which are also skyrocketing, corruption that we're seeing, and folks want us to do something about that. And so I think that I think we need to get away from focusing too much on the label and start focusing on the work that we need to do to not only move this region forward, but move this country forward.
One of the criticisms we hear over and over again is that the party is really bad at messaging, and they're bad at reaching out to the blue collar folks, or, the middle class or the working class people. How does the party do a better job at that and let them know that their interests are still in mind?
I think what Democrats have done since I have been in Congress, which has now been a year and a half, so I've been able to see it up close and personal, is focus on the issues that matter to working class families. Because I do agree with you. I think that working families feel a disconnect to both parties, to be perfectly frank. And that's why, when we see tariffs across the board that are spiking prices and helping and not helping regular American people, that's something that that even our friends on the other side of the aisle have become very disappointed with, because at the end of the day, we got a lot of folks that I talk to that have to make a decision on whether they can fill the entire tank up, or have to skip a meal, or maybe skip their prescriptions for a month. And in the most powerful, richest country in the world, the Americans shouldn't have to be making those kinds of decisions. And so I think we need to all get back to focusing on the lifeline of our economy and the lifeline of our country, which is working class families. And that's what I've always been laser focused on. And I'm going to continue with that in that approach.
Can you give us some specifics of what that looks like for you on a day-to-day basis? Maybe who are you talking to in Congress, outside of Congress, and about what issues?
So, when you're in Congress, our days are long. A lot of that's not shown on television. But I'll tell you what, I was a very busy man as the county prosecutor. But serving in Congress is a different level of busy, because think about it. Anything in St. Louis County, I was pretty much involved in as county prosecutor. But now in Congress, anything that happens in the world, I'm involved in. I serve on the Armed Services Committee. I serve on the Oversight Committee. I was one of two freshmen that was also appointed to a third committee, the Foreign Affairs Committee. And so whether it be the unauthorized war in Iran, whether it be Epstein investigations, which are under the Oversight Committee, I'm right in the middle of everything. And so that said, if you love what you're doing, and you don't work a day in your life, as the saying goes. And so, yes, I work 12 to 14-hour days consistently, but I have zero complaints, because it's an absolute honor to serve my hometown in Congress, and that will never be lost on me.
In the year and a half, 17 months, I think it has been, or something around there, 15 to 16, 17 months, you've been in office.
15 months 15? And 5 days, but
so you're not counting?
Chris,
okay. You're a numbers guy. So what have you learned about the House of Representatives that you did not know since you've been there?
I think that there's some things that you're not going to be able to fully understand unless you're in it. And so understanding the rules of the House, because there are a lot of rules, understanding how the machinery moves, because as county prosecutor, if I wanted to do something, I could just do it. I didn't have to check with a board when we wanted to implement policies to help folks with mental health. We could just implement those policies. We were able to reduce the jail population by 30%. I didn't have to ask anyone to do that. We just did it for, and also continuing to hold serious offenders accountable. Didn't have to ask anyone. But in this job, if you want to get anything done, you got to get 218 votes with you. And so that makes it a challenge. And so I've had to sit in many offices of my colleagues. I had to sit on the House floor with many of my colleagues, talking to them about why legislation is important, with disaster relief, having to sit with every member of our delegation and working the phones with them to get their support, to make sure that we got FEMA authorizations, which I'm proud of. We were able to do over $220 million in counting that we've been able to bring to this district, and obviously more is needed. But yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that people don't see behind the scenes. And I'll end this question on this. You have your show horses and you have your workhorses in Congress. The show horses are the one that spend more of their time chasing headlines and trying to go viral. The workhorses are the folks that try to get things done. And I've, from day one, focused on rolling up my sleeves to get things done for the St. Louis region.
From your end, how much more is to be done and can be done in regard to tornado relief from the storm that happened last year?
Oh, I think we have a lot of work to do. And so, and so while Places like Maryland that had billions of dollars in damage in flooding got $0 in FEMA authorization. We had about 1.8 billion in estimated damage, Chris, and compared to California's over $200 billion in estimated damage from wildfires, and they got $0 in supplemental relief. So the St. Louis region with $1.8 billion, which is a lot, obviously. We've gotten from the federal government side alone over $220 million in funding for disaster relief, and so there's more to do. But I am proud of the fact that we've been able to get those resources here for the St. Louis region when other places have not been able to. But we still have more folks that have been impacted that haven't been helped, and so we're going to keep working every single day until we can get that done. But then there's a second part of this too, is that what we see is that the disaster relief process in this country is broken. It needs to be overhauled and reformed. Currently, the sole arbiter of whether disaster relief is allocated is with the president. And if you disagree with the president, you can appeal, and that appeal goes to the president. And so historically, that's never been an issue. Democrat or Republican president has always rallied around Americans in need. But unfortunately, this is the first time a president is picking and choosing between friends and supporters on whether that allocation is given. And I think that I don't think that that's right. And so I've introduced legislation that we began introducing, a series of legislation, I should say, to overhaul that process and to ensure that everyone who needs or who is impacted by the natural disasters in this country gets the help of the federal government. I think that that's what we should be doing. I think that I don't care what letter is in front of your name. If you are an American and you've been impacted by a natural disaster, the federal government should do its job and help as much as possible. And so we're introducing legislation to do just that.
Congressman Wesley Bell, as we before we let you go, I know people heard you mention, the Epstein files, and you're on a committee related to that. And so my question would be, have you do you have access to some of those materials, and why does it just keep getting stuck? Because I know a lot of people are frustrated with this.
They really are. And I have been, I'm on the subcommittee that originally secured the Epstein files before the full vote in the House, which secured them, supposedly secured them, because we still haven't received all of them. My understanding is that close to 1 million files are still missing, but it is frustrating. And Amy, I'll tell you, as a former prosecutor, I know a cover up when I see one, and there are folks that are protecting this administration because the fact is, and this is a fact, that Donald Trump's name is mentioned more in the Epstein files than anyone else outside of Jeffrey Epstein. And and again, I do believe in due process, but we need to have a process. We need to be able to do a detailed and thorough investigation. And here's the thing: if that information exonerates folks, then that's great. That is tremendous. But we have victims, we have survivors who have been trafficked in the largest trafficking scheme this country and possibly this world hasn't seen, and that is not exaggeration or hyperbole. And we need to make certain that justice is served and that those survivors are treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve, but also that anyone that has dirty hands in this situation and that is guilty should be held accountable. But we have to be able to do a detailed and thorough investigation. And we're seeing too many folks, unfortunately, our friends on the other side, overwhelmingly, that are blocking us from doing that.
Congressman Wesley Bell, as always, we appreciate the conversation, and we'll let you get back to work.
Hey, I appreciate it. I thought you guys were going to be calling me about my elite expertise in the NFL and sports. But hey, sometimes we got to work. We got to take care of business first.
First preseason game of the year is tonight. And so that means the season's around the corner. We'll have you back for that when it starts.
Look forward to it. And,
Go Bears.
Thanks for having me.
Give me a go Bears before you say goodbye.
You know what? Luther's there, so
Yeah, that's right. Luther's doing great. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Congressman, thank you.
All right, appreciate y'all.
That is Congressman Wesley Bell with us on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
Imagine every time your business makes a sale. Inventory updates, an invoice is created, customer records are updated, accounting stays current. That's the power of Odoo. One fully integrated platform where every part of your business works together, automating tasks, eliminating extra steps, and saving you valuable time. Everything connects. Everything works. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Giddy up! It's the Cardinal Cowboy. Don't let garage door problems bench your summer plans. From repairs, tune-ups, and replacements, Renner Garage Door hits a grand slam every time. Score a free repair or replacement quote today, plus $100 off a new garage door. Featuring trusted brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, Renner delivers the quality, reliability, and performance your home can count on. RennerDoorSTL.com. Forward and back.
RENNER. Summer is officially here, and that means the family internet, it is working overtime. All our lives are always online, and that's why I rely on i3 Broadband. Traditional cable just can't keep up, but i3 delivers 100% true fiber directly into my home for ultra-smooth, reliable performance. Plus, they're a local provider that actually treats you like a neighbor. Skip the fake fiber. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 Broadband is here for you.
When pain starts to slow you down, BJC Healthcare and WashU Medicine orthopedic specialists are here to help. Nationally recognized leaders in orthopedics deliver care that's informed by research and personalized for you. From everyday aches to complex injuries and recovery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love. Find an orthopedic specialist today. Visit bjc.org/orthopedics or call 314-362-9355.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
benefits. St. Louis City SC and Schnucks are teaming up once again for our annual week-long food drive this Wednesday, August 5th through Tuesday, August 11th. Visit your local Schnucks to donate non-perishable food items benefiting Operation Food Search. And join us Thursday, August 6th at the Lindenwood Schnucks on First Capitol Drive in St. Charles for a chance to donate and meet a few City SC players. Join the effort to help City SC and Schnucks kick hunger in our city. Find out more at stlcitysc.com.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe. Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
Bad news.
Isn't it always?
There's a new diarrhea-causing outbreak that is now spreading to over half the U.S.
Is this the fungus?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, if I got something for you.
Well, this is a new diarrhea, foodborne illness. So it's salmonella is spreading across the country, sickening 345 people in 27 states.
Oh.
This is as the deadly explosive diarrhea-causing cyclosporiasis outbreak is still running rampant. So apparently, the salmonella outbreak is tied to jalapenos sourced from Mexico and the California-based Coast Citrus distributors. They go to restaurants like Qdoba and Chipotle, both Qdoba and Chipotle have announced they're proactively removing the peppers from their menus.
Get rid of jalapenos from your American Mexican food dishes.
I mean, that seems like a big loss for the menu.
Jalapenos
from Mexico.
You know what would have been cool?
What?
Is if RFK, that dingus, didn't fire all those people who were in charge of looking out for stuff like this. Because now there is a deadly fungus that has been detected in 23 states so far this year, according to the CDC. As of last month, 3,100 cases of Candida auris. It's consistent with the 3,300 figure that was detected at the same time last year. Texas has recorded the most cases with 706, Michigan 503, and in Illinois they have 366.
So is it like in your lungs?
So it's a type of yeast that causes severe illness, spreads easily among those who are very ill in healthcare facilities. So that's not good.
No.
It means you're in a hospital and you can get this thing called C. auris, is what they call it.
This is, again, mold and mildew is one of my top fears, along with gum disease and going to prison for a crime I didn't commit.
It causes a wide range of infections, from skin infections to more severe life-threatening infections, such as bloodstream infections.
Well, that's bad.
So wouldn't that be sepsis? That's not good.
Oh, my gosh.
So now we've got the jalapeno disease. We have the fungus that we got to worry about.
The iceberg lettuce.
Cyclospora is still out there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's like a minefield out here.
Make America healthy again, huh?
Well,
when we come back, we'll talk a little Cardinals baseball as they took 2 of 3 from the Yankees on the road. Matt Pauley joins the show next.
Tom's Garage Doors. Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you, and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're gonna do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors. Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friend Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage. So I'm telling you guys all the time, if you have a complicated medical issue, hire the best doctor you can. If it's a complicated legal issue, hire the best lawyer you can. Stewie, same thing goes for a mortgage.
You know what, Dave? That's so important. And most people today, they go on a computer and they say, okay, I'm shopping for a mortgage. I'll get some rocket ship mortgage or something else, and that's what I'll do. Wrong. Your home is the biggest investment you're going to make in your life. Don't be foolish. When you're making a major decision like this, you want to have an expert, and you want that expert to be available when it's convenient for you. We give out our personal cell phone number. You can call us nights, weekends. Text us when you're available. This is called accessibility to the biggest and best expert. That's us. You can get the right advice and the right product when you connect.
Call Stuart on his cell phone, 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS 226715.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
We have cloudy skies in downtown St. Louis and 72 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey. Growing concern as some officials report dwindling supplies of air defense missiles in the national stockpile. ABC's Luis Martinez explains.
We're talking about the THAAD missile system. We're talking about the Patriot missile system. A think tank earlier this month put out information that said that the Patriot missiles have been depleted by 2/3 and the THAADs by half. We have confirmed that reporting. We also know from U.S. officials that the number of ATACMS and PrISM missiles are, quote, extremely low.
President Trump is denying all of this while at the same time threatening to hunt down what he calls treasonous leakers behind these disclosures, promising long prison sentences. There are just 6 metropolitan areas in the country where people can afford a home, and St. Louis is one of them, technically, according to real estate platform Ziphy. St. Louis is a place where a median income-earning household can afford a median-priced home. St. Louis comes in second behind Pittsburgh, followed by Detroit, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Buffalo. Currently, the median-priced home in the St. Louis region is just under $290,000, with the median household income at $81,680. More sports franchises are moving away from streaming and cable-only broadcasts back to free TV. But not the St. Louis Blues, who are still looking for a pay TV partner for games this season. Blues Chief Revenue Officer Steve Chapman tells the Business Journal the free model just doesn't generate enough revenue to keep the team competitive. While the TV picture hasn't been finalized yet, it'll likely be a combination of cable, satellite, and streaming. The first Blues preseason game is September 19th. The FDA this week voting to approve Moderna's first ever mRNA seasonal flu vaccine for people 50 and older. ABC's medical correspondent Dr. Tara Narula discusses the data on effectiveness.
They showed that this vaccine was about 27% more effective than the traditional flu vaccine. There did not seem to be any safety signals or concerning risks other than the traditional side effects that we see.
A tree fell on a house in Creve Coeur about 7 this morning. Fox 2 reporting that it's a home on Conway Gardens Court. No injuries have been reported yet. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Rain and thunderstorms diminish early this afternoon. It'll be rather cloudy and humid the rest of today and tonight with a spotty thunderstorm, high 83 and low 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Right now, it is cloudy and 72 degrees. The weather sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis with the Refresh Rebate. Call now and get $500 back on qualifying garage doors with a qualifying purchase must be made by September 30th. Visit overheaddoor.com to learn more and schedule a free estimate. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Chris Ranchi, Amy Markscores, because life is too short for boring radio. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The pitch. Strike three call for a Redbird winner, and this ballgame has come to an end. The Cardinals hang on to beat the Yankees 3-1 and win the series 2-1.
Yo, Paulie! Paulie's a great name. Yo, Paulie! What'd you do for Paulie? Anything? Me, Paulie! I was responsible!
Paulie, we're here because of you.
Cardinals playing well against a good opponent, and they will enjoy an off day today in St. Louis before they will welcome the Colorado Rockies into town for a series that starts tomorrow night, weekend series at Busch Stadium. Time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line. We welcome in Matt Pauley, the host of Sports Open Line, Redbird Rush Hour, pre- and post-game coverage for the Cardinals as well. So we envision that there'll be a full Redbird Rush Hour today at 5 and then a 6 to 8 Sports Open Line. Matt Pauley, what's going on?
Not much, and you would be correct in all of that. We're actually doing something today where Matt Adams is We're going to be recording something with the Cardinals over at Dick's at West County Mall at 2:30 with Matt Adams today, and then going to be playing some of that back on Sports Open Line tonight. So yeah, we've got a big show. Matt Adams he's a good conversation. Really enjoy him. Yeah, he is. It's so we're looking forward to doing that this afternoon. Why does it feel like the Cardinals play well against good teams lately and not so well against teams that aren't so good? Because it's true. It's absolutely true. The only good team that they just have not played well against at all this year is Milwaukee. And outside of that, they didn't look great against Chicago in the most recent series, but they were fine against Chicago earlier in the year. So I really think, and I've said this a few times, I really think that the Cardinals having success or not having success is more about themselves and not about the teams that they're playing when they put really good efforts on the field. And let's be honest, it helped that they got the Yankees when they got the Yankees, because right now the Yankees can't score runs to save their lives. But they're still the New York Yankees. They're still a playoff team, a really good team. So that's a good team that they just took 2 out of 3 from. I really believe that it's more about the Cardinals than who they're playing on if they're going to win games or not. They are under 500 against teams that are 500 or better. But it's the 11th best record of that kind. The Cardinals there are only 10 teams that are better than them against good opponents. So they're in the upper tier basically in all of baseball. So I don't know. I find it interesting that they have done relatively well against all these good teams this year, except for, like you mentioned, the Brewers. Yeah, and they just don't match up well with Milwaukee. And I think it's a combination of you don't match up well, and it's a team that they know you really well because they're a divisional opponent. So when teams that know each other quite well, there's no surprises, and who you really are really comes out in those games and in those series. So I think that goes into that Milwaukee thing as well.
Yeah, and when you are, how much does the opposing team's view of your team matter? As far as you're looking at big series, the Cardinals aren't a big series. From their like the Yankees coming in and taking the Cardinals lightly, that sort of thing. I don't know. I don't think that happens that often. I mean, I think there's a lot of respect for every team in Major League Baseball. And if you're the New York Yankees and you're not going to take the St. Louis Cardinals seriously, then what are you doing? That's a really bad sign of who you are as a team. Is there some sort of something going on that you're not doing on purpose, where you do let up a little bit against lesser teams? I guess that can be a thing, and we've talked about that with the Cardinals playing teams that are not especially good. And
not having a great record against them. But I think for the most part, the Tampa Bay Rays have one of the best records in all of baseball, and they just played the Colorado Rockies for the last 3 days, and they swept them. They took care of business. They didn't win 2 out of 3. They didn't lose 2 out of 3. They didn't get swept. They swept the Rockies. I don't think the Tampa Bay Rays took the Colorado Rockies less seriously just because the Rockies are a terrible baseball team.
So regarding this roster, there have been some issues. One of them is Jordan Walker, who's had to, miss a little bit of time here. It's been a couple of games now that he's been out because of a knee issue. What do we know about him and how long that might be?
Yeah, so he sat out the second game of the series with knee inflammation, and the word was he might be able to play in the third game, and then he doesn't play yesterday, and the word was they wanted to be able to stack the off day with yesterday just to make sure to give him every chance to feel better. We don't really know the extreme details on this one. It could honestly just be, you know what, they took the opportunity to just give him an extra day with an off day today, or it could be this is something that's actually bothering him still, and it could take some more time. I think we'll learn that on Monday or on Friday. If Jordan Walker does not play on Friday against the Rockies, then at that point I think we can sit here and say, okay, this is a little bit more serious than they're making it out to be. Whereas he does play on Friday, then we take everybody for what it is, that it was just a little bit of inflammation, and they didn't play him yesterday because it was a chance to stack an off day on top of each other.
So the injury, or they think it goes back to when he hurt himself on the base pad, right? Yeah. That's what they think happened?
Yeah, and that I wonder if there's more to it, just if it's been going on a little bit longer, because it would explain the lack of power. You get your power from your lower body, so I wonder if there has been something that's been nagging his knee a little bit, but it could just be something that happened really, really recently from his time on the bases, for sure.
Yeah, and that's the leg you drive off of, too, if you're hitting. He's a right-hander. It's his right leg, so hopefully that's not anything serious, because and it's not so much, Matt, even though I still hold out a little bit of hope that they can make this interesting as we get into September. But the most important thing is to keep these guys healthy. And this has been such an I mean, he made the All-Star team. He's in the home run derby. The guy is playing so much better than what people expected going into this season. There were high expectations for him a couple of years ago, but he hadn't realized them until now. So for this being an important year, we really hope it's not anything more serious.
Yeah, and there's some milestone type numbers that he could get to this year that you would love for him to get to. He's at 81 RBIs, so 100 RBIs is on the table. He's at 22 home runs, so 30 home runs is on the table. That stuff matters. It's not if we find out that his knee has major issues and all of a sudden he's done for the rest of the year and the season ends where he's at right now, he still has a really good season that he can feel good about. But I would love for him to be able to give a run for 100 RBIs and a 30 home run season.
Hey, just going back to last night's game, Matt, it's great. They got that win, and they did it on the road. Yankee Stadium's a tough place to play. Ivan Herrera contributed offensively. What was he doing? What was he doing with that throw down to second?
No clue. That was a bad decision. That was as bad of a decision as because you're never getting the runner. So just the idea to even throw that ball in the first place is a terrible, terrible decision. And then it's a bad throw, so the runner takes another base on it. It's just we all do stuff in our lives right now sometimes where we go, why did I do that? Like I'll raise my hand on that one for sure. You look back, why did I do that? Ivan Herrera, I'm sure, could go, why did I throw that baseball?
Well, he was asked about it last night, and this is in the Post-Dispatch. This is in Derek Gould's story, and he said, I was trying to look cool. In my head, it was like, what's the worst that can happen? And I mean, that's literally the worst that can happen.
You know what it looked like? He looked like he was trying to make one of those Caleb Williams jump throws.
Well, he was. He said, I tried to look cool, but it wasn't cool. We're in Yankee Stadium trying to be like Derek Jeter there.
Yeah, that was also a Jeter thing.
That's what it was. It was like the Jeter thing, and what's the worst that can happen? And and that's the worst that can happen.
That was not good. Rooney on the call last night, I'm sure you heard it, Matt, but he was like, why would he do that? It was awesome.
It was, it was not Ivan Herrera's best moment, that's for sure.
Well, at least he was honest.
He's such a good dude. So like the fact that he had that answer is awesome. And he had a big hit last night. He had the ground rule double that made it 3-0, and I thought that was a really key run because you're going down the stretch of that game. Man, it felt good that they had a multi-run lead and not just a single-run lead to hold on to. So that was a big hit from Ivan.
Why did he do that?
That's such a good. That's so
It was all, you don't hear the announcers incredulous with their own players very often, and when it does happen,
and John's just like the consummate baseball broadcaster professional, and that was just so genuine. It was like a visceral response.
Why did he do that? There was no way he could throw out Rice.
He had no play.
A terrible error in judgment, and it's a throwing error, allowing Rice third.
It's so good, man. I love it when announcers, they tell you how they feel in the moment. That was just so fun.
Why would he do that?
I loved that so much. That was a great call by John.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where it's so clear that a mistake has been made and there's no way to say anything but.
It's so good, man.
Okay. Hey, but he had that challenge. Did he make it up with the challenge, the pivotal challenge Herrera had?
He had so there was there was two challenges. It was funny because there were two challenges in that inning. One went towards the Cardinals, and it was what I think was a strikeout, and then the other went against the Cardinals, and it was the bases loaded walk. So that inning was crazy because it was one run on no hits, leaving the bases loaded, two challenges, an error. There were so many twists and turns, and one run just ended up scoring. That was the bottom of the sixth yesterday. But if I remember correctly, I think it was one run, no hits, one error, 3 left on base.
So I thought it was a really good story in the Post-Dispatch today from Derek Gould, or actually maybe this was posted last night, but talking about the trade deadline and how Chaim Bloom and the front office, they were all in the bunker at Busch Stadium on Sunday night into Monday before the trade deadline, and the Noah Kahan concert was happening at Busch, and they were having Wi-Fi issues because of all the people who were on Instagram and taking photos and whatever, and the guys are trying to pull off trades and make moves, and they couldn't get Wi-Fi because of these idiots at the concert. So they need separate Wi-Fi. Why is there not a separate Wi-Fi network? I thought there would be.
There is. There definitely is there's a lot of different Wi-Fi networks. So they've got access to one that other people don't have access, but maybe the data still is coming the same. Like you have access to the network, but on the back end, the amount of information that is going through is still all connected to each other. Because I read that, and that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, well, I know they're not on Cardinals Wi-Fi
right.
when
they're
in their office.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
they're on the Cardinals Wi-Fi.
I'm not on Cardinals Wi-Fi, and I'm nobody, so I know Chaim Bloom is not on Cardinals Wi-Fi. But that's an amazing story, and the fact that they went to like FaceTime audio to be able to actually talk to people.
Yeah,
it's
that's unbelievable.
Because
does this change the Cardinals' scheduling in the future on concerts as well? Do they put a big X mark on the night before the trade deadline that you cannot bring in a concert on that evening?
Nah, man, too much money comes in with a concert. A sold out show. They won't bypass that. I don't think that'll happen. But I do think it's funny you mentioned the FaceTime. They were not getting the cell reception, so they switched to the FaceTime, and one of the teams that Chaim Bloom called, or I suppose it was Chaim Bloom who called, and one of the teams picked up and said, "Why are you FaceTiming me?"
Really?
Yes.
Or are they like, Chaim, are you at a concert right now? Are you at the Noah Khan concert on the trade deadline? No, the Noah Khan concert is here in my office.
How do you start to answer? Why are you FaceTime? Well,
Okay, we're having Wi-Fi trouble, cell problems. There's a concert going on at the stadium.
Oh, that's good. That's really
I
funny.
honestly didn't even, it never would have occurred to me. But it is funny. So they were there at the trade deadline. Noah Khan's playing in the background.
So let me tell you whose fault this is. It's either the service provider or it's all the people at the Noah Khan concert, because no one's going to watch your stupid Instagram videos. Nobody cares.
I don't know.
Agreed.
First
Don't
of all,
don't take your stupid
don't
concert
disparage
videos.
all the people going to the Noah Khan concert.
I am right now.
If it were Muse, it would have been the same issue.
Don't take Muse videos either. Great show, wonderful production.
I think it's a lot of-
your cell phone videos nobody cares about.
I don't know, though. I think with the young kids,
Nobody
I think they
cares.
do. I
They
think
care about their own.
high schoolers are posting.
Yes, they post. They think other people care, but other people don't. They
Yeah,
care
you-
about posting
post
their own
later.
stuff.
Post later. You're at a concert. Enjoy the concert. If you want to take some video and everything, that's fine. And then you get home that night and you can post some videos. Hey, look at the time that I had at the concert. But put the phone in the
Yes.
pocket and just
Couple
enjoy
of
the
old
music.
Let's go to a Jack White show.
Get off my
and
lawn.
you know what? Hein Bloom's trying to work, damn it. We're trying to work the phones and make some trades. Stop interrupting that.
Agreed.
Thank you. Tonight, 5 o'clock. I guess it's not tonight. That's more later this afternoon, early evening. 5 o'clock for Redbird Rush Hour. Matt Pauley on that. And then it is Sports Open Line, 6 to 8. We'll be listening.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That is Matt Pauley.
Your sister's with me. I'll call you back later. See ya.
Gas House Gang today at 12 o'clock. Bernie Miklasz and me. We will talk to ESPN's Jesse Rogers at 12:30 on KMOX.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for: their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast, we always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, "Have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner." Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
Homeowners, I know a lot of you are worried about one thing when it comes to selling, and that's leaving money on the table. Hey, this is Kevin Wheeler. I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So, Gloria, how do you help sellers make sure that they get top dollar?
The reality is, most homes don't sell for what they should. I see it happen all the time. They either price it wrong or they don't create enough demand. But with over 2,400 buyers in my Buyers in Waiting database and my exclusive pricing strategy, I'm able to offer my seller a 100% market value guarantee. And if I can't get you 100% of your home's market value, I'll pay you the difference. So you don't have to wonder if you left money on the table. You can sell with confidence, knowing you maximize your sale.
Make sure you get every dollar for your home. That's why you call St. Louis real estate expert Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
a century strong. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
All right, I was praising Missouri State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick because he's really auditing.
Yeah, and
He's
I'm
doing
trying to
his
get him
job.
fired.
Well,
I'm trying to get him
okay.
ousted because he's up in everybody's business.
So here's the thing with Ranj. Ranj complains when people don't do their jobs.
Yeah.
But when they do their jobs,
I also complain.
he also complains because remember when Gabe Gore got the circuit attorney's office back in order and started doing his job, and you had jury trials again, and you got called for jury duty, you were mad at Gabe Gore.
Yeah.
For doing his job because now we had jury trials again.
Yeah, so it was last summer I had mine. If I get a summons
Yeah.
next summer,
You're going to lose it?
I'm going to lose it because you're eligible every 2 years. I shouldn't be getting a notice 2 years and a day after I'm eligible, after I was served last time.
That's efficiency. Well, and then Ranj also was going to move to Webster Groves and become a city official so that he could go to strip clubs and buy pot at dispensaries on the taxpayer dollar. Well, Scott Fitzpatrick was on the case, and he found out, said you can't do that. Yeah. Well, we were talking about this because you remember Nicole Galloway, the former Missouri state auditor, and she had run for governor in 2020 and was all about transparency and sunshine laws, and which was baffled people when she did not investigate and just completely ignored all the transgressions by former Governor Eric Greitens. She never looked into him, and people said, I thought you were about transparency. Shouldn't you be looking into this guy? Well, anyway, I gave her a hard time for not doing her job. So I was praising State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick, and I thought we should have an award. Our show should have an award that we give out once a week to someone who does a good job. And we thought, what if it was the Chris Ranji, Amy Markscores, Matt Pajeski All-Star Salute?
So, the Cramp Ass Award?
Well,
that's it.
That's it.
I don't
Today's Cramp Ass of the Week, the Cramp Ass of the Week is Scott Fitzpatrick.
The Cramp Ass of the Week.
Maybe we should not do All-Star Salute. What if it's just the
call
Cramp,
it the Cramp Award?
Yeah, the Chris Ranji, Amy Markscores, Matt Pajeski.
I have no problem
Because
with
I
that.
feel like the Cramp Ass Award might be a little low, a little vulgar.
Doesn't sound like
vulgar?
an award.
It doesn't sound like an award.
You think with our pearl clutching audience, they're gonna be upset if we call it the Cramp Ass Award? Oh my word! What did he just say?
Merciful heavens!
Beauregard, did you hear that? Calm down, blue hair. You're fine.
Well, then I just want to say, Matt and I were brainstorming this. Ranj, I believe you were the one who shortened it to the Cramp Award.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Just because it's succinct. So the Cramp Award it is?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And
All
I
right.
don't know. And so,
Do we have fanfare? We need fanfare.
Oh.
And is it Cramp? Is it CRAMMP?
yes, there's two M's.
Yeah, I like that.
Because
The
it's
Cramp-
Chris Ranji, Amy Markscores,
Matt
Matt
Pajeski.
Pajeski.
So many letters.
Yeah.
All-Star Salute.
Yeah. It's really going to cost us in printing, ink, all that, the extra letter.
Mhm.
But I like it.
But I think
Are we giving it to Scott Fitzpatrick
Yeah, I think
this
Scott
week?
Fitzpatrick should be the first winner of the Cramp Award
Mhm.
because he's doing a good job. Everything's so negative these days. We're always poo-pooing this or that. I
Yeah.
think we should lift something up. And we should lift up, yes, the people. What song is this?
Fanfare for the common man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Isn't this the beginning of Glory?
I don't think we should do anything military.
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I think that's from Glory.
I
Typed in
Is it?
fanfare and
Yeah, I think we shouldn't.
Yeah,
don't
I
be
don't think we should.
sacrilegious, Matt. We should do something that's has a little bit of gravity, but not too much, like the French national anthem.
I don't think we should. Well, I don't know about that either. I
What
definitely
about-
don't think we should be commandeering the theme score music to the movie about the Black Regiment and the Civil War.
No.
I don't think we should be doing
But
that.
I've got one way better.
That doesn't
Yes!
work either.
Yes, it does.
How does that work?
Scott Fitzpatrick.
Well, for him it works. Maybe.
How does this not
Is he
work?
even Scottish?
I mean, it's in his name. How does this not work?
We'll come up with something better, but I do like the idea of the Cramp Award. But we can,
It
at least
doesn't
for
sound
today,
positive. I will admit.
Yeah.
for at least today, we can call Scott Fitzpatrick, Missouri auditor, the Cramp Ass of the Week. Well, he is. He won the award.
Positive. If he's listening, I want him to know. Oh, I like this.
And he is all up in our business,
Well,
and I
like
need
he's
him
doing
to,
his job. Honestly,
He
we
is
talk
doing his
about
job.
broken government right now. I feel like Scott Fitzpatrick is one of the few people who's actually doing a great job and really serving the people well.
He's actually finding the waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yes.
Well,
So I'm afraid that if people learn that they won a Cramp Ass Award, they're
Yeah.
not going to think that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
well, I think we will call it from now on the Cramp Award. And if you win the award, you're the Cramp Ass of the Week. You're the Cramp All-Star.
The Cramper.
There you go.
I like the Cramp Ass.
So congratulations, Scott Fitzpatrick.
This is awesome.
And all those people who just wanted to have a good time on the Webster Groves dime. And you're just blowing up their spot. I don't know if I appreciate you, but you've won the Cramp Award of the Week. Congratulations, Scott Fitzpatrick. When we come back, Major Garrett, Chief Washington correspondent from CBS News. He will be with us in a moment on KMOX.
Every day starts the same way, and then it goes wherever it wants.
Life doesn't stop for Cardinals baseball. It just kind of runs alongside it. Dave Glover here from the Dave Glover Show. We're talking real life, real stuff, and yes, a lot of Cardinals along the way, because that's how fans actually live it. It's just like happy hour, man. We get together every day from 1 to 5. We have fun, we laugh, we commiserate, we complain. DGS 1 to 5.
The Dave Glover Show at 1, and then Cardinals baseball.
Give the gift of a magical experience at St. Louis Union Station when you take a real train ride journey to the North Pole aboard the Polar Express. Meet Santa and experience the magic of the Polar Express story with hot chocolate, treats, music, and sing-alongs. For those that truly believe in the spirit of Christmas, head down to St. Louis Union Station this year. Book your golden ticket before they sell out at stlpolarexpressride.com.
Saving money on everything for your next project. Now at Menards. Menards has a huge selection of bagged concrete and mortar mixes. Whether you're pouring a walkway, concrete slab, or setting a post, we have the right product at the best price to complete your project. Shop our entire selection of concrete mixes and supplies in-store and on Menards.com. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
72 degrees right now. Not as warm today. Rain and thunderstorms this morning, with more thunderstorms potentially this afternoon. A high of 81. Tonight, cloudy, humid, maybe a thunderstorm or two in spots with a low of 69. That's it, buddy.
Nice.
Oh!
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Why pay full insurance when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight discussing sarcomas with Dr. Angela Herbie.
In small groups of patients, there is an inherited genetic risk, but this is the vast minority of patients. And we typically identify these groups of individuals because of numerous family members having these rare cancers, and many of them being young. When I say young, anybody under the age of 40.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, visit siteman.washu.edu.
All right, if you are looking to get more out of today's MLB action, FanDuel has you covered. Now, the Cardinals are off. They will not get back at it until tomorrow when they've got the Colorado Rockies coming to town. But there's still a good slate of ball games happening today, and you can take advantage right now. Right now, head to the FanDuel app and claim a profit boost to use on any bet type for any of today's games. That's any bet type. money lines, totals, home runs, player props, however you like to play. It is simple. All you have to do is claim now. You just tap that claim now button, grab your token, and apply it to your bet before you place it. Maybe you're backing your team to win. Maybe you like the over. Maybe you are calling your shot and picking someone to go deep in the game today. Whatever you feel, use your boost to get more out of your bet. Head to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel.com/Missouri. FanDuel is your home for home runs. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett. I'm a board-certified master arborist, and I've been caring for St. Louis trees for over 25 years. Today, I'm going to help you choose a tree care contractor. Here's how it's done, so pay close attention. First, call everyone you know who has ever done any type of outdoor work, including that cousin that used to sleep on your couch. Leave them all messages and wait around to see if they call back. Here's a hint, they won't. Now, post to all your social media that you are looking for recommendations for a good tree service. Now beware, because there will be hundreds of different recommendations. So you need to carefully go through each one, checking that they have the proper insurance, background checks, and even the slightest idea of what they're doing. Schedule a bunch of appointments, and when nobody shows up, get really frustrated and put the whole project off for another year. Or you could just call Timberline Professional Tree Care. 636-479-7475. Or visit us online at stltreecare.com.
Chris and Amy now. The Dave Glover Show at 1 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX. It's Major News with Major Garrett, our weekly conversation with CBS's chief Washington correspondent.
Every week at about this time, we talk to Major Garrett, chief Washington correspondent for CBS News. He's got a show. It's called The Takeout on CBS News 24/7. It's a show you can listen to or you can watch. Take your pick. And the book that we have talked about a million times. It is called, why am I forgetting? I always know it. I know it off the top of my head. The Big Truth? The Big Truth Upholding Democracy in the Age of the Big Lie. Thank you. It's like blanking on my mom's name. I don't know how I did it. Major Garrett, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How is everybody?
I think we're okay.
We're doing pretty well. We, a lot going on in Washington, D.C., and we've been obviously talking about the primaries here that took place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if you followed what was going on in Missouri at all, but Amendment 4 and Amendment 5 were two big amendments supported by the Republican legislature and the Republican governor, and they got walloped, absolutely shellacked.
So what was Amendment 5?
Amendment 5 was eliminating the state income tax.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
I was much more familiar with Amendment 4. I did not know about Amendment 5.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, what's interesting about Missouri politics is obviously it's a Trump state. Josh Hawley is one. Eric Schmidt is one. Governor, legislature, Republican. But when it comes to referenda in the state, going back to 2018 and right to work, Medicaid, abortion, now these, there is a populist or sort of other mentality on statewide referenda that runs counter to what you would assume because of the results in everything else in Missouri politics.
Right.
It's kind of an anomaly.
It is. And that's why when we look at the Republicans here, they definitely have way more of a populist current as opposed to the legislators who seem to be further right than a lot of Missourians. When you look at the Republicans in Washington, do you see that populist current sweeping through the party on a national scale?
You know, I think there are aspects of it. Right now, it defaults kind of reflexively to whatever it is that President Trump does or doesn't say or how he does or doesn't say it. Yes, there are some small renegade parts of that either MAGA or America First coalition You saw Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tom Massey at this what looked like a hunting lodge or something for a picture they posted about this new political party, this new movement. And I guess Tucker just released some very adjective-heavy declaration of what this new party should be about. So there's some disagreements and possibly breakouts of that Trump movement, but it's still pretty much coherent and coheres around whatever direction President Trump wants to go. And there's a populist element to it, but it's different than, let's say, what Josh Hawley tries to identify with sometimes on issues related to Missouri politics, Medicaid, housing, skepticism of big corporations, more regulation. So there's that aspect of it, but it's not a national trend unless President Trump, for whatever reason, happens to endorse it in an individual endeavor or not. So I had Mitch Landrieu on my show last week, and he's doing this YouTube show, Democrats going around the South to try to find out if Democrats still exist there. And I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting. Why don't you go to Missouri? For the reasons I just stated, that there are, on these statewide referenda questions, clear inclinations that have to put independents in Missouri, some Republicans, and a lot of Democrats together to get these pretty resounding margins. Because like you just told me, 4 and 5 both went down resoundingly. The abortion referendum in 2024 was narrow, but it still prevailed. Right to work and Medicaid were pretty substantially large margins. So there's something in Missouri that I think is interesting that I'm not sure Democrats are paying attention to as much as they might ought to.
What about and I know Amy's sort of touched on where the situation for Democrats is around the country. You've got some moderates winning in some places, and others you have more left-leaning candidates who are winning their primaries, like in Michigan is happening.
Right.
Is it difficult to really put your finger on where the party is headed?
It is. And I opened my show last night saying there are times when political journalists will try to give you this all-consuming, all-explaining take on election results. I said, and oftentimes that is just misplaced arrogance, because rarely, especially primaries, lend themselves to the grand conclusion. And this Tuesday in Michigan in particular, but even in Missouri, there was no grand takeaway. Yes, Abdul al-Sayed, a progressive who uses the word genocide to describe Israel's conduct in Gaza, he would also apply it to certain parts of Lebanon, and has embraced Medicare for all and some other positions that are more progressive than some of his other contemporary Democrats. He won, but he won narrowly. He didn't win by nearly the margin he thought he was. He didn't win nearly as early in the evening as he thought he would. It was very, very close. 2 other progressives won in Michigan. One of those races in Detroit, a House race, a Democratic primary, might have been much more to do with racial cohesion than Democratic socialism at all, because the African-American beat an Indian immigrant in a seat that had not had a non-African-American representing it since the 1950s. That's what that could have been about, not ideology at all. And William Lawrence, also in a House Democratic primary, very progressive, Democratic Socialist of America, he won in the Lansing district. That's District 7 in Michigan. But his 2 comparatively moderate establishment Democratic opponents, when you add their vote together, was 56%. He won 44%. So he's going to have to move and shift to get those voters and become less Democratic Socialist and more something else if he wants to win in that House race. So I think it's very hard. And Cori Bush, progressive, rematch, she lost, and it wasn't close. She got blown out, And so all the forces that Abdul Sayed in Michigan was running against and harnessed a narrow victory for, Wesley Bell was running with, and he won in Missouri's 1st congressional district. And establishment Democrats won in primaries in Washington and Virginia. So it's all over the map Tuesday, literally and politically. Hard to distill one overarching theme. As I said on my show last night, voters do what they always do. They choose among available options, measure national moods against local realities, and do the best they can in the moment. And that's what happened.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because there are factors in that first congressional district with Bell and Bush that, like you said, Cori Bush wants to defund the Pentagon. Well, Boeing's in that first district, like a lot of people who work for Boeing.
Right.
Yeah, and so...
And it's basic. It's blocking and tackling things. Cori Bush did not have a strong reputation, and she would even concede this, I think, for constituent service. Wesley Bell does. Those are very basic things, and they matter. They resonate, and they leave long memories. Who's more visible on social media and TV, who's less, who sort of does blocking and tackling for constituent things, those all mattered, and they clearly mattered in the outcome of that race.
You know, and I've heard people, some Democrats and some, political pundits say that they're not worried that the institution will hold and that the DSA candidates will have to back off of their more extreme positions like abolishing the Senate. But then I've also heard Democrats like Van Jones, for instance, say he is concerned that the fringe will take over the party in the same way that the Republican Party, as we knew it, crumbled under the weight of MAGA. And he said, too, that with younger progressives, they're Netflix and old school Democrats are Blockbuster. Like the young Democrats, they're bypassing $1 million donors and using TikTok to gain momentum.
Right. So at Abdul El-Sayed's party Tuesday night in Detroit, there were in the front row all sorts of these live streamers who were live streaming the event, the vibe of it, and the anticipation of it, and activating others who were watching and raising money as they were live streaming. Okay. That is a new dynamic in this sort of call and response, digital call and response kind of campaign activism. I'm here. I'm present. I'm for this candidate. I'm an influencer. I'm a Viber. I'm a whatever you want to call it. Watch me and then donate to this campaign. And because on my stream people will do this, I gain clout and influence with the candidate. That's all very, very new kind of stuff. And Abdul Sayed and other progressive candidates have embraced that because that allows them to operate and succeed outside of the normal system of fundraising and vetting and sort of asking permission and getting some sort of blessing, be it informal or formal, from the party apparatus. They don't want to do that. Matter of fact, they believe there's more to be gained by not doing that and running against that system, because that system, many young Democrats believe, gave a very narrow, much narrower than projected victory to Joe Biden in 2000 and a crushing defeat to Kamala Harris in 2024. And they look at that and say, whatever your instincts are, whatever your sensibilities are, whatever your quote-unquote strategy is, I don't want to be near it because it has underperformed, and staggeringly so, from the point of view of young progressive activist Democrats. So when they see the live streamers and all this other stuff, they gravitate to that. And I would say they're beyond Netflix. They're TikTok and whatever other instant video streaming component they find most fashionable. And it's Netflix adjacent, but it's also just a new dynamic of creating this kind of instant vibrancy that they feel and relate to in politics. It may be transitory, but for this election cycle, it's been an important part of the conversation, the relatability, the financing, and the activism.
In a Senate hearing last week, Anthony Fauci repeatedly invoked the Fifth Amendment, and that angered a lot of Republicans. And so today, they have voted to hold him in contempt of Congress. What does that mean now?
I'm not really sure, because this is not the normal procedure. The normal procedure, if there's a contempt move against anyone in the administration, whether it's Republican or Democrat, and there have been contempt done by Republicans and contempt done by Democrats, the typical process is you vote it through committee, whether it's the House or Senate, then you have it approved on the floor. And it only takes full effect as the institutional voice of the Congress when whatever body that originates it votes on it. They're not doing that this time. Rand Paul, the chairman of the relevant Homeland Security Committee, said, I'm not doing it because I can't get 60 votes in the Senate. I can't get the body to accept it. So these are his words, not mine. We're going to walk it over to the Justice Department. So what does that mean? Does it have the same validity? Does it have the same force? It's up to the Justice Department. And I think Rand Paul is probably not wrong when he calculates this particular Justice Department might look on it more favorably than a different Justice Department under President Biden. President Obama might even look differently on it than the first Trump administration. Whether it goes anywhere, I don't know, but it is going to be legally challengeable because Anthony Fauci's attorneys, of which there are many, will quite likely say, for lots of reasons, he shouldn't be held in contempt. He's testified before, and this process isn't legitimate, so we don't even recognize it. So I just think it creates more political theater and uncertain legal footing.
Major Garrett, I promise that on the board I will write over and over again the big truth, upholding democracy in the age of the big lie. I will never forget it.
Don't forget Agent of Betrayal. It's a great podcast.
Agent of Betrayal is a great podcast.
It's really
That's
good.
right. And The Takeout. Love The Takeout.
Or the OG, Mr. Trump's Wild Ride.
Oh, yes,
wow,
indeed.
yeah.
Thank you for remembering.
Yeah.
Thank you for remembering.
There
Thank
you go.
For remembering.
Major.
Love you guys.
We
Talk
love you.
next
Bye.
week.
We love you, Major.
See you.
You know, he didn't say he loved us. Did you know?
Yeah, he did. He said, we love you guys.
Oh,
I
he
love you
said
guys.
that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Weren't you listening? That's
Well,
why I said
did.
it back.
I didn't think he said love, though.
Oh, he said love.
Oh, good.
Love.
Because you know what it's like to tell somebody you love them and they don't respond with that?
Yeah.
Like to say, I love you, and they go, okay.
Okay.
My
Let's get
buddy
something
did-
to eat instead.
I had a buddy.
You're the
who-
okay guy, aren't you?
No, I had a buddy. It just happened to him.
Did he said, I love you?
I'll tell you about it when we come back.
this
How
is
about
great.
that? Major Garrett, Chief Washington Correspondent for CBS News every Thursday on KMOX.
All right, to hear that buzzing around your home, it's more than just annoying. It could be a warning that it is time to call Rottler. Stinging insects like wasps, hornets, carpenter bees, they can pose serious safety risks for your family and actually even cause costly damage to your home. For instance, carpenter bees can tunnel into wood structures like decks or trim or fences, and wasps and hornets often build hidden nests inside wall voids where they're completely out of sight until they're not, and you disturb them. That is a painful surprise. So the experts at Rottler can safely identify and treat stinging insect nests, helping to protect your home and your family before the problem gets worse. For over 70 years, Rottler has been serving the families in St. Louis and all of the surrounding areas. So give them a call. When you do, a real person answers the phone. They have same or next day service, and that first inspection is free. Rottler.com, Rottler.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
What if your bathroom felt less like a routine and more like a daily escape? Glover here for my friends at Michael's Baths. They can transform ordinary bathrooms into beautiful, comfortable spaces for homeowners across St. Louis and all the surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls, perfect for those who love the look of stone without the upkeep. It's sleek, durable, and designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call us at 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
This summer, local events are happening all over the place, and I3 Broadband is a big part of it. At I3, we love being part of the neighborhood and are proud to support the events that make our communities great. We're also proud to deliver 100% fiber-to-home internet, recognized as Greater St. Louis's next-door neighborhood fave. We give you lightning-fast speeds and reliable performance. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 Broadband is here for you.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
I love you. You know, I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat.
Yeah, so we were just talking about this before the break, telling somebody you love them and getting back like, okay. So this just happened to a good friend of mine, and I know both parties involved here, and he showed me the messages.
So
because he's been
text.
So it's weird because I'm just cliff notes here. She pursued it in the beginning, and then he finally said okay, and then kind of. So they've not ever really fully been together, but they've been hanging out a lot for months and months and months, and then he's recently told her that he loves her.
Oh.
And
through text or in person?
He said it in person first.
Okay.
And then he said she was like, ugh, a little bit when she said it.
Okay.
And she's got this thing where she's skeptical, or pretending to be skeptical, one of those. And so he says it again to her over text. And he gives a long explanation, like, hey, you don't need to worry, like, blah, 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 here. When I tell you I love you, I mean it, And she responds, here's her exact response. Okay. She said, okay. That's it.
Oh, no.
See what this means?
And then doesn't say another word because he sends him. He's like, what the hell is this? Okay.
Why did he do that?
I would never. You know what? Never again.
So wait. Since you know both of them independently, you hear from him. Did you ever ask her about it, or did you have to wait for her?
No, I have to wait for her.
And she hasn't
to
brought
bring
it up.
Yeah, and I'm not going to.
Is she going to bring something like this up to you, or probably not?
Probably not.
Ugh.
Probably not.
So,
Okay. Get serious,
was it okay,
lady.
period, okay, period, or all lowercase, no punctuation?
It was okay, like the word spelled out. Okay. Okay.
A terrible error in judgment.
Yeah, but you're not kidding.
Oh, no. So, wait, how is your buddy doing? This is really sad.
It's got them all locked up.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
You know what I said? I'm like, dude, I know her too. Go do something else.
Wow, the text line is blowing up over this.
On this one?
Yeah, you should have brought this up way earlier in the show.
Should I?
This should have led the show, honestly.
Should I ask Steve Ellman what he thinks?
Yeah.
No, I'm not
do
gonna
you
ask
think
Steve
he'll come in to talk about it?
Well, he's coming in next.
That'd be cool.
St. Charles County Executive Steve Ellman just won his primary. Yeah, finished ahead of Bill Eigel and Jason Law, and so he will presumably be the next county executive or remain county executive.
And the text line will stay open too. So if you have thoughts on the love text,
we'll get back. We'll
get
revisit.
back to that. Yeah, we're going to get back to this. We're not done.
That's
with
right.
This.
We will revisit this next hour. St. Charles County Executive Steve Ellman joins us next.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
What if you could better understand your risk for chronic disease and cancer before symptoms ever begin? With your disease risk from Siteman Cancer Center, you can take a quick, evidence-based assessment that looks at factors like family history, lifestyle, and everyday habits to provide personalized insights about your health. Your health story is shaped by more than genetics. Nutrition, physical activity, sleep, tobacco use, and routine screenings all play an important role in your future well-being. Knowing how these factors work together can help you make informed decisions and take action earlier. When it comes to prevention, knowledge is powerful. In just a few minutes, your disease risk can help you better understand your health risks and provide practical guidance to support a healthier future. Take the first step today. Prevention begins with awareness. Visit siteman.washu.edu/YDR. That's siteman.washu.edu/YDR.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's 11 o'clock and we have some drizzle in the region at 75 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey. Tomorrow is the first day of Missouri's back-to-school sales tax holiday weekend. Joe Don Cheney of the Missouri Department of Revenue says many items qualify.
Clothing, school supplies, computer software, graphing calculators, computers themselves, all of that you might use for school would be tax-free.
The holiday ends Sunday at midnight. The Department of Revenue has a list of tax-exempt items on its website. There's still so much to do when it comes to tornado cleanup, says newly re-elected 1st District Congressman Wesley Bell. He says he's worked hard with the Missouri delegation to get FEMA funds to help with almost $2 billion in damages, but clearly reforms are needed in how that money is doled out.
What we see is that the disaster relief process in this country is broken. It needs to be overhauled and reformed. Currently, the sole arbiter of whether disaster relief is allocated is with the president. And if you disagree with the president, you can appeal, and that appeal goes to the president.
Bell tells KMOX's Kirsten Amy Maryland had billions in flood damage and California had $200 billion in fire damage. Both states got $0 from FEMA because They are blue states. Tuesday's primary election had Secretary of State Denny Hoskins projecting about 1.4 million voters statewide in Missouri. Turnout appears to have met or exceeded those expectations.
Turnout ultimately ended up at around 33%, and we based that on our discussions with the local election authorities and county clerks who predicted anywhere from 20% turnout to 70% turnout in their particular district. So overall, they were right on track.
Election leaders also reporting heavy participation in the state's no-excuse absentee voting period leading up to Election Day. Guatemala remains on alert after evacuating villages during an eruption of the Fuego volcano, one of Central America's most active volcanoes. Authorities say a drone with explosives was found at Germany's Leipzig-Halle Airport in Berlin. The device was defused, but the country's top security official says the incident poses a new quality of danger. Well, it looked cool, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket crashing into the moon, but it was totally fake.
The impact did occur. An 11-year-old rocket left over from a 2015 mission hit the lunar surface this week after being pushed there by solar activity and gravity. Elon Musk reposted what he said was a clip of that on his social media site X, and it was viewed over 5 million times. However, he followed up 40 minutes later by posting the video was AI generated. That post was only viewed 600,000 times. The original video was made by a far-right media company, which also admitted, but not until later, that the post wasn't real. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
The rain and thunder we've had so far today will diminish early this afternoon. Rather cloudy and humid later today and tonight with a spotty thunderstorm. High 83, low 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Drizzly and 75 degrees. The weather sponsored by Scott Credit Union. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Think buying a home is out of reach? Think again. Scott Credit Union has down payment options as low as zero money down. Your new home could be closer than you think. Visit scu.org today. Equal housing lender, NMLS 415767. Terms and conditions apply.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The one stable part of the most important city in the state of Missouri was St. Charles County. I believe that this was the most important and consequential election that took place in the state of Missouri yesterday.
And kudos to Steve Ellman, a stable hand in the leadership of St. Charles, and the voters there rewarded him with yet another term.
He is captaining the only part of our region that has stability to it, and it was important and essential that it stay that way and we not play this extremist politics that Bill Igo wanted to bring.
We cut it off right before they say, on the other hand.
And right before I say
right.
amen.
All that good stuff about him. However, we are joined now by County Executive in St. Charles, Steve Ellman, who did win the primary on Tuesday. We talked to Hancock and Kelly on Wednesday, which was yesterday, following that primary here in Missouri. So Steve Ellman with 47, close to 48% of the vote in front of Bill Eigel, who received close to 32%. Then Jason Law coming in third. We have County Executive Steve Ellman with us. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
So congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
And this campaign versus others you have ran before, because you were very close to not doing this at all. And I think, in fact, we talked to you when you had told us.
Yeah. I wasn't very close. I after the last election, I threw away all my signs.
So then you had to go.
I threw away all my signs because I definitely was not planning on running again. But if you can't change your mind, what can you change?
I know. Again, you are winning this primary for St. Charles County Executive. A lot of people know your story, but just in case someone's turning on the radio now and they're wondering, okay, so you thought you retired, you decided to run again. Why did you decide to run again?
Well, I had people asking me to run again, and I explained to them I love my job, but I just don't care for Republican politics the way it had gotten to be in the campaigns and some of the old rules that just seem to have disappeared. So I just decided let somebody else do it. And then I started thinking, because I was talking about the problem with what politics has become, and seeing these people come in, extremists on both ends of the party, coming to our meetings and seeing the kind of things they were saying and the kind of emotion that was out there and what these elected officials had to sit there and listen to. I start thinking, why would any reasonable person with a good job and a great family and a spouse that loves them and good friends, why would they want to spend the time and money to run for office and sit there and have to listen to all this? And then it occurred to me, wait a minute, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting out because I don't like the tone anymore. When I still love my job and still think I can make a contribution. So that's when I decided to get back in.
So we have always viewed you as a reasonable person here. So a member of the Republican Party, and we've heard complaints from some of those who are also in the Republican Party who don't like the direction that it is going. Of course, it happens on the Democratic side too, but do you think that this primary, does it indicate anything larger about maybe a rejection of some of the farther right stuff, or is it just you've been around, you've done the job, they like you?
I hope it does. I hope it does, and I hope we avoided what happened in St. Louis City, where the extremists on the left got elected and defunded the police and did a lot of things that we're still paying for and trying to fix. I think we avoided electing an extremist that would have changed a lot of the things that we've been working on, and that's another reason that I wanted to run again. I've got a great team that I've put together. They were not interested in working for one of my opponents if he were to win, so I did this for them as well. I just think we avoided having to go through what the city went through, and basically fix something that the extremists created, and we avoided electing an extremist who would, whose policies are debatable. The thing that really frustrated me is I love to debate policy, but we had 3 debates and we couldn't agree on the facts. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts in terms of what the law is and what can and can't be done in this particular office. And my opponent felt he could come in and actually didn't criticize me so much as for what I had done, but what I hadn't done. And the things that he said I should have done were things that, quite frankly, the law and the unwritten rules just didn't allow. And that was the issue.
So what's an example of that where you can't agree on it? What's a fact that you could not agree on?
We could not agree on the fact that the county executive has no control over zoning in the cities. We had they made a big deal about all of the apartments in St. Charles County that have been built over the last decade or so, and it really did. It spiked. It doubled a 3-year period in 2020 through 2023. It went from 20% of the new residents to 40%, but then it came down and it's continued to go down. And during that entire period, first of all, I mean, we, county council and myself, we approved 1 apartment complex during that entire period. That was 1.1% of the total. But yet he thought that somehow the county executive could control what the cities were doing, and he even suggested that you use the transportation funding that we do have some control over to basically bribe or to influence the cities to do things that that the county executive didn't want them to do. Well, that would have been a disaster, because one of the things that's worked the best for us in St. Charles County is our road board. Okay, we got a transportation tax. We've had it for 40 years. The last time we asked the people to approve it, 78% kept it, said, let's keep this. This is working. Well, the reason it works is because the cities have input into a road board just like the county does. And although the law would require the road board, what road board sends me, I could change it. I could send something else to the council and they could change it. But for the last 19 years, we've worked with the road board and with the cities. What they have sent me, I have sent to the council, and the council has approved it. And we've never, even when we were fighting with St. Peter's about levies and TIFs and everything else, never considered the idea that we would somehow leverage them by using the transportation funding. So that was just one example of suggesting that that things could be done legally or should be done just because they are legal.
You also mentioned some of the work that you've done and that your opponent would either undo that work or stop that work. What are some examples of that work that you feel was moving in the right direction and you were afraid would be stopped or reversed?
Well, I think the probably working with the cities is the biggest example. And when I first took office, my predecessor, who did a great job as county executive, but he did not get along well with the mayors, and the mayors didn't get along well with him. I've been very fortunate to have a group of mayors that even though we didn't always agree on everything, we were able to sit down, work things out, work together to get more funding at East-West Gateway for our road projects.
And you're speaking the mayors of St. Louis City?
I'm talking about the mayors in St. Charles.
St. Charles, okay.
Now, the mayors in St. Louis is yet another story. And I'm really looking forward, if I can win the election in November, to having an opportunity 4 more years to work with not just the mayor of the city of St. Louis, but the county executives down at East-West Gateway. And I think the way it's shaping up, I think we're going to have a group of people here that none of them are extremist. All of them are left center, right center, and I think on the important issues we can work together and hopefully get this whole region moving forward. I mean, we've had growth and we've had a lot of great things happening in St. Charles County. I think regardless of who wins in November, I think St. Charles County is going to do well in the near future. But if we don't get the region going, eventually everybody who wants to move to St. Charles County will do it, and then the whole region will be no growth. So we are very interested in working with the mayor of the city and the various county executives. We need to be, and this is the sort of thing that really didn't even come up in the campaign. I think the most important regional question right now is the airport. And if there's ever a time for us Republicans and Democrats to work together, if there's ever a time and ever a topic, it's that. Because this is a project that's going to last over a decade maybe. You're going to be dealing with a Republican president or a Democratic president or back and forth or both or whatever. There needs to be a bipartisan effort on that airport. And we need to make sure if things change in Washington, D.C., we're still covered. And the way to do that is to take the Democratic leadership and the Republican leadership in the region and let everybody know in Washington, D.C., we're together, at least on the airport.
What is, because you have talked to us about this a lot, the relationship between St. Charles and St. Louis has to be a big part of what you do as county executive because, as you mentioned, what happens in the city of St. Louis affects the entire region because it is the center of the region. So what does that relationship look like right now, and what more do you believe you can do to help St. Louis thrive?
Take a brief yes.
Oh.
But to your point, this is something that we have talked about with Steve Ellman before. Like you said, understanding that a region can't survive as a donut, or you can't be a suburb of nowhere. So just kind of piggybacking on that.
Well, again, maybe I'm showing my age, but I remember the good old days when the Cardinals were in the World Series or the Blues were in the Stanley Cup or You turned on the TV and they had a documentary about our great zoo, our various cultural institutions, and that's what the rest of the country saw, and that's what created their impression of St. Louis, and not just the city of St. Louis, but the St. Louis region. And when we've gone through this period of high crime in the city, that has had just the opposite effect. And again, we had an example out in Warren County where we had a company ready to come there, and there's a father and two kids who ran the company, and they had to make a decision. They were up in Milwaukee, and the two kids said, "Dad, we can't go to St. Louis. They have a crime problem." Well, Eastern Warren County is a long way from the crime problem we do have. It's not even just in the city. Or not in the whole city. It's just in a part of the city. But yet people in the rest of the country have this idea that it's a problem. We have people wanting to come in and talk to us about moving their company here, and they have to ask questions like, well, where's a safe place to stay?
Yeah.
And we say just about anywhere except, So the point is, if we got to get those problems taken care of in the city, and then we need to work on other problems because if we don't get the region moving forward, the future of St. Charles County is not secure.
Steve Ellman is the current St. Charles County executive, just won the primary. A couple of days ago, the general election happens in November. We appreciate you coming in once again. Good to see you, and thank you for stopping by.
Really appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
St. Charles County Executive Steve Ellman with us on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
When pain starts to slow you down, BJC Healthcare and WashU Medicine orthopedic specialists are here to help. Nationally recognized leaders in orthopedics deliver care that's informed by research and personalized for you. From everyday aches to complex injuries and recovery, we're here to help you get back to doing what you love. Find an orthopedic specialist today. Visit bjc.org/orthopedics or call 314-362-9355.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Kevin Wheeler here for FanDuel Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KMOX. And look, if you are looking to get more out of today's MLB action, FanDuel has you covered. Because right now you can head to the FanDuel app and claim a profit boost that you can use on any bet type for today's games. That's any bet type. Money lines, totals, home runs, player props, parlays, however you like to play, it'll apply. It's simple. You just tap claim now, you grab your token, and you apply it to your bet before you place it. So maybe you're going to back your favorite team to win. Maybe you like the over because of a poor pitching matchup. Maybe you're just calling your shot and picking someone to go yard on a home run. whatever you're feeling, use your boost to get more out of your bet. So you just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel is your home for home runs this summer. Just remember, you have to be 21 or older and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX.
Sienna, I love you.
Yeah, I know. I heard you the first time.
Bro.
So just set the table again, because you started this incredibly riveting conversation right before we had the St. Charles County executive in. So the texts were, they were coming in hot. What happened?
So a good friend of mine, and I should say that I know both of them well. He has been in conversation. They've been in talks with a lady, and this has been going on for a while. And he has decided that he's all effort. Like, he's going in. He's a person who's in touch with his emotions, and so he's very upfront and direct about how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
And when he tries to present to her that he likes her in any way, she's kind of arm's length sort of thing. Well, the other day they had a good date, and he told her at the end of it that he loved her.
Why did he do that?
John, I don't know. And then reiterated it on text. And I'm not going to read the whole text at all, but I will tell you that it was a fairly lengthy text explaining, like, hey, I mean this, basically.
Because she didn't respond in person.
No, she did. She had like a freak out,
Yeah.
like an Amy freak out.
What?
Yeah, kind of like that. And so then over text in another conversation, he reiterates to her, like, hey, just so you know, I mean this when I say this.
A terrible error in judgment.
And her response, quote, this is over text. I have the text message.
Okay.
Over text, her response is, okay. And, what did you say, Matt, about women?
No.
During the break?
Oh, my gosh. No,
So they're
don't.
difficult to read sometimes.
They are difficult to
and
read.
You have to, be patient.
And I'm just, I've been trying, I am very skeptical. And I know this woman. I know her. In fact, I think I've known her. No, I haven't known her longer than him, but I've known her for over a decade. And so I am, I've been trying to save this guy, trying to help him out.
Man,
what a lousy response. I mean, you know what? Grow up. If somebody tells you they love you, here's what you say. You say, look, I know that you feel this way about me. I cannot return that to you right now.
Right.
I'm sorry. I think you're wonderful, but I can't give you that. You don't say, okay.
Okay.
It's such a childish way to respond to somebody.
Especially since he said, I love you in person, obviously picked up on her discomfort and her lack of response in the affirmative or the negative. So he sends a follow-up text explaining, like you said, you can trust me. I really mean it when I say I love you. And you respond,
yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Look, let me preface this by saying, as I told you, I've known her for a long time. I have seen some of the bags that she's dated, and they suck. Like, a lot of her exes suck, and they were probably manipulative to her a little bit. But that everybody experiences something like that in their lives. It's not She's not special in that way. Everybody kind of has something like that. So she has had some boners, right, in her life. And
how's that possible?
I mean, just bad guys. A couple of them are bad guys. But that doesn't mean you should have to punish everybody you date after that or feel like they're all going to do that to you. You could still be a grown-up and you could still be direct and you tell this man, hey, I can't do this right now with you.
Have you ever had to be the grown-up and say, I can't do this right now?
I don't. Yeah, I've had situations where it was very casual, and
was it Matt?
What?
Did Matt say I love you?
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was very casual, and it was agreed upon to be that, and then
and then
later on, it's like, yeah, I can't do casual anymore. Like, okay, thank you for explaining it.
Yes.
Being direct about it, and of course, it's not always that easy. But still, that's how you have to do it. You have to be a grown-up. It's not hard to be a grown-up.
I mean, maybe it is for some people.
Yeah, clearly it is, but just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Do it. Be a grown-up. Don't avoid.
Okay. That's almost worse than not responding. Because if you don't respond, they can give you the benefit of the doubt that maybe she's so torn, maybe she's embarrassed, maybe she doesn't know what to say. You can almost try to justify a non-response, but okay might be the worst response.
This texter says, it's not a great reply, but if you say thank you, I think that's okay. No.
Thank you.
You can't say thank you. I mean, you can, but then you have to immediately follow it up with, okay, thank you. I hear you, but I just can't give that back to you.
So here's a text, and they're kind of separated. So the first text was from 636. Are you kidding me? I would drop her ass within 30 seconds if she didn't respond back. Response, okay. That is a bunch of BS.
That person was angry. And that's the same reaction I had when I read it.
Texted like 25 minutes later. And let me add just one more thing. This person's mad. That should be a red flag. That is a woman who wants to control you. So I say, Mayday, Mayday. And that's me, a woman, saying it.
Mm-hmm.
This lady is mad as she should be.
Yeah. That's somebody who gets it. It's just a confounding response to somebody.
A 636 says, that is amazing. Okay is almost as good as thank you.
Dude.
Just terrible.
Just unbelievable.
There's a few more we got to get to.
Well, we will do that. And I just be a grown-up in your adult relationships. Seriously, it's not that difficult. Let us know if you've had somebody okay you if you tell them you love them.
Or accidentally told them you loved them.
I got a funny story about that, too. Tell you about it in a moment on KMOX.
All Access with Ollie Marble on the Gas House Gang.
When things aren't going well, I feel like there is a responsibility to answer to it. Even the kid that apologized for yelling, let's go, wake up. His seats were the first seats right behind the dugout. You paid good money for those. You get the yell. So if you have an opinion, if you have questions, I'd rather take the time, especially when things aren't going the way our fan base would like, just answer those.
Ollie Marble, Tuesdays at noon on KMOX.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Cloudy and 71 degrees right now. Rain and thunderstorms in spots this afternoon. A high of 81. Tonight, cloudy, humid, maybe a thunderstorm in 1 or 2 spots. a low of 69. Weather sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Overhead Door Home Refresh Rebate. Call now and get $500 back on a qualifying garage door. With a qualifying purchase must be made by September 30th. Visit overheaddoor.com to learn more and schedule a free estimate.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friend Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage. So I didn't get my credit score up until I was in my 40s. Been there, done that. Stewie, you have some help for people who may not have a 780.
Dave, the first thing you have to understand is that your mortgage credit score is different than what you see on Credit Karma or Discover Card. There's over 400 different credit score models, and a mortgage credit score is much different. So number one is don't look at your credit score from those sources. Call a mortgage lender. They'll tell you what your FICO score is. But we got something better for you. If you have a low credit score, we have an alternative. It's called Vantage Credit Score. This is an alternative credit scoring system that allows you to get a better score and potentially be eligible for much, much better financing. Take advantage. Most lenders don't do this. Call us, and you'll be able to qualify if you give us the opportunity.
Call Stewie at 314-324-4440. That's his personal cell phone. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS 226715.
St. Louis City SC and Schnucks are teaming up once again for our annual week-long food drive this Wednesday, August 5th through Tuesday, August 11th. Visit your local Schnucks to donate non-perishable food items benefiting Operation Food Search. And join us Thursday, August 6th at the Lindenwood Schnucks on First Capitol Drive in St. Charles for a chance to donate and meet a few City SC players. Join the effort to help City SC and Schnucks kick hunger in our city. Find out more at stlcitysc.com.
For decades, Morgan & Morgan has represented hundreds of thousands of people at their hour of need. Injuries on the job, car crashes, medical malpractice, and nursing home abuse, Social Security claims, dangerous drugs, and dangerous products. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason, and no firm is even close. Then we got to thinking, what if we could prevent these terrible events before they occurred? So we built the AI-powered People Protector. Simply visit peopleprotector.com and type in the product you have questions about before you buy it. Children's toys and accessories, cars, drugs, products, you name it, we got it. With our success, we decided to pay it forward for all of America. Our way of saying thank you for your trust all these years. Morgan & Morgan, protecting America. And if you've already been injured, just visit us at forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
It's 5 o'clock. Your employees are headed home, but you're still updating spreadsheets, switching between software, and wondering where the day went. There's a better way. Odoo brings accounting, sales, inventory, CRM, and more together in one fully integrated platform. So you spend less time managing software and more time running your business, because your workday should end eventually. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This is the Gas House Gang from KMOX.
Bernie Nicholas and the Gas House Gang, today at noon on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
This story that we are presenting to you today is that you just never tell anybody you love them.
No, that's
just
not
don't.
what we're
just
saying.
Don't. That's what I am gathering. I'm watching a friend of mine fall apart at the seams at the moment.
That's
in real
awful.
time because some lady is stringing him along, and you have thoughts on it. It makes me. I told Amy during the break that when and just to recap. A friend who's been courting this lady for several months. They're not actually together, but they've been talking. And he told her he loved her the other day in person and then over text yesterday, said it again, and was kind of like trying to reassure her, like, I mean this, Mm-hmm. And her response was, okay. When he showed me the screenshot, I almost threw my phone across the room. And it wasn't even me.
Yeah.
It pissed me off that much. Because it's such a childish way to respond. Anyway, you have thoughts about it at 314-436-7900. Plenty of texts have come in, including somebody who said, what, Amy?
314 says, the first time I told my wife I loved her and asked if she wanted to marry me, she ignored it for a whole week. She just blamed it on the fact that she thought I was drunk, which I probably was. But it all worked out in the end because I did ask again the next week.
And then she must have returned it.
Obviously, because they're married.
Okay.
Yeah. Another person said, here we go.
I've got it.
Oh, you've got it? Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Sometimes our text messages mix things up.
Yeah, our text message interface here is not great. Anyway, it says, I told a girl I loved her, and she said, I'm going to cheat on you.
That's
awful.
Okay,
that's...
I
will tell you,
I'm going to cheat on you.
that is a better response than okay, because there's at least some certainty in that.
And you can get out of it.
You say, I love you. She says, okay, but I'm going to cheat on you. That at least gives you, that's a lot more information that you can work with and you can move forward with a plan of attack.
Yeah.
And that's better than, okay.
These people are crazy.
Yes, they are.
A 314 says, after having dated in the mid-70s for about a month, my wife told me, I think I'm in love with you. My reply, I have some strong feelings myself.
That's, you know what? I think one time.
So, yes.
I had somebody, I think it was in college or maybe just after, had somebody tell me they loved me or said I love you. I forgot exactly. And my response was, I respect you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
Respect you. What?
I respect. Yeah, but I respect a lot of people. I respect the state auditor, Scott Fitzpatrick.
I don't love him.
I don't love him, but I respect him.
It's literally insane.
I had someone tell me once. He said, "I think I love you?" ? But it was a question. I think I love you, and I like, oh, what do I do now? I think I love you.
I said that to somebody. I think I love you.
But did you say it? I think I love you in a romantic way, or I think I love you?
It was.
There are two different ways to say I think I love you. One of them is cute. The other one is, well, what do you want me to do about it?
That's not a good way to respond either. Do you know what it was? I believe as I was saying it, I just wanted to make sure. I think I was nervous saying it. I think it was like I didn't want to say it with my chest. I just kind of wanted to. I think it was kind of like
Who
that.
did you accidentally say you loved?
Oh, no. Okay. So this happened several months ago, and I've been hanging on to it. Trisha Everding, who is with the 97.1 down the hall.
Yes. She's their Steve.
She's 97.1 Steve. And so I went, the bathroom's over there. And sometimes when I come out of the bathroom, I pop in and I say hello to Trisha because she's fun.
You steal her peanut butter pretzels, too.
She does have peanut butter pretzels. If you don't want the raccoons to show up, don't leave out food. That's her fault. So anyway, she was on the phone when I went in there, and I could tell she was wrapping up the call, and I could tell it was business. And she's like, okay, good. All right, very good. Thank you. Love you. And then she hung up the phone. I was like, did you just tell that person you love them? And she goes, oh my God, did I? It was business. I'm like, yeah, you did.
I've done that.
It was some guy, I don't know, somebody who worked, whatever it was station business.
Yeah.
And this was a client or something, I don't know. And she absolutely told that man that she loved him. She said, I did?
Well,
like, yes.
When you're on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And you are in a habit of saying I love you. Like I talk to my family all the time. I mean, I still say it to my sisters, my brother, my parents all the time. Every conversation is, okay, love you, bye-bye. Okay, love you, bye. All the time. And so when I was on the phone with the Verizon guy, he's like, is there anything else I can help you with? I'm like, nope. He's like, okay, thank you. I was like, thank you, love you, bye. I said, and the guy's like, thank you? Oops. I told the Verizon guy I loved him.
See, and he probably liked it.
Probably made his day.
This texter says that dude, speaking about my friend, that dude hit the lottery. If she's this messed up, he got lucky and found out sooner than later.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's true.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. If you're going to find something out like that, you need to find it out before the commitment gets deeper. 314 says, the first time I told my boyfriend I loved him, he answered, I know you do. It took him another 2 to 3 months to say I love you too. Some people just take longer. He ended up being the love of my life.
So, I mean, that's good to... There's no one way to do this, but you have to at least... Okay, so in that case, that probably tore her up when she said, I love you, and he said, I know you do. So she's probably spent the next 2-3 months like really anguishing over it. All he had to say was, look, I have feelings for you too. I don't know if I'm there yet. Give me some time or don't, but I just want you to know where I am, or I have a difficult time saying it back. Be clear.
Harrison Ford, as Han Solo said, I know.
That was
when
an ad lib.
Princess Leia said, I love you.
It's pretty cool when he said it. Like, wow, I'm going to use that someday.
Yeah, don't.
314 says, I accidentally said I love you to my ex-wife in front of my new girlfriend.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yeah, hey, do us a favor. If you're that person who said I love you to my ex-wife, answer this question, and if you don't have the answer, we need to talk to your ex.
Okay.
Did the ex-wife acknowledge it, and how did she feel about it? And I'd like to know how the girlfriend felt about it, too.
We need more details.
Yes, we need more details on it.
I think we know how the new girlfriend felt about it.
I called it, when I was in college, I called a current girlfriend my ex-girlfriend's name.
Ooh.
She had brought food over to the apartment, and I remember it was chicken tenders, and I'm eating the tenders, and I said, this is my girlfriend's name before her was Allison, and I said, these are pretty good, Al.
Oh.
And she went, what?
What?
Oh, that was a big fight.
I can imagine.
Yeah, she did not like that.
All I know is I've been in a serious conversation before and been like, oh, Ranj, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I say your name because every time I fight or not fight, it's not I'm fighting, but like if I'm in a serious conversation with anybody, your name is the first one that comes to mind because you're the person I argue with the most.
Yeah, and so that's funny you say that because I have been in a heated conversation and I've noticed them when I want the significant other to stop talking, I almost call her Amy.
We are like psychologically damaging one another because it is only when I'm in a serious conversation and it makes it sound like I'm fighting with people. I'm not fighting with people, but whenever I'm in like a serious conversation with anyone, like you said, it comes out. It's like, it's you. My brain associates you with conversational trauma.
Take some ownership of your own actions. 314-436-7900. Chime in with us. Let us know how you feel about this. Have you been in a situation like this?
Yeah, we need
and have you been on the butthole side of it? Are you the butthole? Are you the person who's like, I love you? Oh, yeah, well, thank you. Are you the person who says thank you?
Okay.
Give us an explanation for it. Tell us why you're like that on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Summer is waning, sadly, I know, but you've had enough time now to really assess how your outdoor space is working. Is it working for you? You probably noticed whether the deck is starting to buckle or splinter and needs replacing, or you'd really like a fence to separate you and your neighbor. Whatever it is in your outdoor space, it's never too late to call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best. Now, what does that mean, the sign you have the very best? Well, first of all, Chesterfield Fence and Deck has been around for 58 years, a third-generation locally owned family company. They also have an incredible reputation because they only use the best quality materials, and they have their own installation crews, which is very important because they have years of experience. And Chesterfield Fence and Deck is going to stand behind everything they do. When you mention me, Debbie Monterey, they'll also take 20% off your next outdoor project. So go with the best. It's Chesterfield Fence and Deck. You can visit them in person, or they'll come to you, or visit online now at chesterfieldfence.com.
St. Louis, are you ready to rock? AC/DC is bringing the Power Up Tour to the Dome at America's Center Tuesday, September 8th. Hear legendary hits like Back in Black, Thunderstruck, and Highway to Hell, performed live by one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Don't wait on tickets. They're still available at Ticketmaster.com. AC/DC, the Power Up Tour, Tuesday, September 8th. For more information, go to KMOX.com/events.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
You know, most sellers put their home on the market, and they just wait to see what happens. Well, I'm Kevin Wheeler, and I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one that I trust. That's Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand, so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Brew. Between my radio show, filming content, editing videos, and trying to stay connected with family, reliable Wi-Fi isn't really optional anymore. I just need it to work. And that's why I like that with Xfinity, you get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years, guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, Xfinity makes getting connected simple with same-day Wi-Fi so you can get online in minutes. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We got the Gas House Gang coming up. Bernie Miklasz and me. We'll talk Cardinals baseball. We'll talk baseball in general. We're going to get some thoughts from Jesse Rogers, who covers baseball on the national level. That'll be at 12:30. And prior to that, at 12:15, we will talk to a Diamondbacks reporter because we would like to know about the return for Lars Nootbaar, because Nootbaar has been traded. He is in Arizona. And we'll talk about the prospects. We'll talk about everything, right? We got a lot of baseball coming up. Bernie Miklasz and me in a matter of minutes on KMOX. But you have thoughts about the I love you and the no return for the I love you if you tell somebody you do and they say thank you, or they say okay, like what happened to my buddy recently. This texter says, prior to the whole I love you thing, my now husband told me I have a tremendous crush on you. Still tells me that today, and it's been decades.
That's really
That's great.
sweet. That's
is great.
really, really sweet.
Also, another texter from a 636. What if the sexy time is great? They said romance, but they put in parentheses sexy time. What if the romance is great, but didn't feel true love? She says, I love you, and you just remain quiet and smile. No, you can't do that either.
These are terrible
You
people.
have to look, if somebody makes you uncomfortable by telling you I love you, you have to say something to the effect of either I love you back and mean it, but you can only say it if you mean it, or you say, okay, I hear that. I can't respond the way you want me to respond right now because I'm not sure, or I don't feel that way. I like you, but I don't feel that way. Whatever it is, you have to be direct, and there are ways to soften it, but also be honest.
Matthew, you've been awfully quiet over there in your corner.
Matthew's going on a date tonight, and he's about to tell his lady that he loves her.
On the second date.
Yep. He wastes no time, this fool.
That's right. Straight to the point.
He's like, because if I don't tell her I love her now, she's going to go away.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think you need to be seriously dating this person for months, if not close to a year, before you can drop those bombs on them. I just think that's like a safe net to have. You got to be boyfriend and girlfriend. You can't just do something. You can't say that with somebody you're just casual with. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's obvious, but maybe it's not. That's just me.
I do think the older you get, if you're not just dating because you're 23, 24, 25, but I think especially the older you get, I think people a lot of times don't waste around with too much casual dating, because if you're dating someone exclusively for 6 months, you're like, I don't know. I mean, my guess is it's not the one. Like, I feel like it's 6 months of real dating, you're going to know if you're pretty serious about that person.
I think you can know that within 2 months.
I do too. I think you can know it really
2 months.
fast. It's a
In
different
fact,
feeling.
you can know it sooner than that, and you might be one of those people who falls hard and quick with somebody, and maybe you feel it in 2 weeks. But I'd pump the brakes a little bit and say, well, I think I do. But let me decide, or figure out, am I really in love or am I just excited because this is new?
Right. No, that's a good point. What's interesting is, I've talked to some of my friends who are older, in my running group, and they said when they met whoever turned out to be their husband or their wife, they're like, it was different. We kind of knew right away. One guy, I think, got married within 4 or 5 months. I'm like, holy cow, that's so quick. But it was never, we dated for a year, and after a year, I told her I loved her. I mean, they were all like already talking marriage by that time. I think when it's the right person, you're not going to be, equivocating 8 months into it. Like, I don't know if I like her or love her.
Hey, my parents got married in 6 weeks, and they were together for 40 plus years before he left her. I mean, he
left?
Yeah, he died.
Oh.
Run.
So
My God.
I mean, it wasn't his choice, but he did leave my mom. Remember the texter who said...
This is why I'm frustrated with you.
The texter who said, I told a girl I loved her, and she said, I'm going to cheat on you.
Yeah.
He follows up with, I kicked her out of my house. She love-bombed me back. We had a kid together, and then she actually did cheat.
Oh.
So I'm the dumbass. But I have a really cool daughter now, starting kindergarten in Glendale. Silver lining in a bad decision.
Oh.
See? Some good can come out of
If someone
getting together with a scumbag.
Yes, but I will say, if someone tells you they're going to cheat, I would believe that person.
Robert is watching on YouTube and says, are any of these I Love You participants listening to the show now? And I think he's referring to my friends. I don't think so. So that's why we're not going to clip any of this for social media.
Yeah, none of
they
this.
would see that.
Everybody listening,
Yeah.
this dies here. This ends here, okay?
Yeah, don't ever
No.
never bring this up again to
don't
anybody.
Tell anyone. This is between us and our listeners.
And if you can't adhere to this, you're
Nope.
out of the circle of trust. You're out.
Yeah.
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 So, yes, this texter says, Soon as someone says, I love you, the other person goes, the chase is over, and they lose interest the majority of the time. And I think that does happen. I think there's an excitement for a lot of people about meeting a new person, trying to find out more about them, pursuing them, because maybe they're not quite sure about you yet, and then you finally get there, and then you're like, I've lost interest. That was fun. And now it's on to the next thing. I know there are people like that.
Woof.
Just be honest with the person you're
Be
talking
honest.
to. There's
We're
nothing
going to
wrong
need
with it.
updates on this story.
Unless you have a secret family somewhere and you're really trying to keep them away from the other person you're seeing, then I would not mention.
We'll have to ask Michael Kelly about this tomorrow.
He's got a secret family too?
No, not about the secret family. About saying
he'll
I
have
love
thoughts.
you. He's always got good thoughts on this stuff.
Yeah, he'll be on the show at 9 o'clock when we get started again. Anything you missed on this one, KMOX.com, Odyssey app, iHeart app, wherever you get your podcasts. It's always available for you there. And then we'll be back tomorrow at 9 for the Chris and Amy show. But coming up next, Cardinals baseball talk and more. It is the Gas House Gang. Bernie Miklasz, Chris Ranji, next on KMOX.
Why did he do that?
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by University.